Chapter 3:18. 7 p.m. Fong Ping wiped his Chongdao. He hesitated for a moment before putting it down in the end. This time, he might not be able to use it. Carrying a Chongdao would only increase his burden. Escorted by 4 high ranks. If I'm defeated just like that, then I'm really unlucky. Fong Ping mumbled in a low voice. This mission's danger level was not high. He tidied up briefly and checked the pills in his pocket. Fong Ping had 11 resurrection pills in total. As long as it was not certain death, it would not be a problem to save his life. Outside MCMU's gate, Zhang Yuqiang smiled and nodded. He opened the car door and said, "President Fong, please, you're welcome, Minister Zhang." Fong Ping got into the car. This was Zhang Yuqiang's private car. The one driving in front was his driver. Fong Ping got into the car and glanced at the driver. He sighed and said nothing. Zhang Yuqiang knew what he was thinking, but did not explain. In order to make it more realistic and believable, Nanjiang had to do something. Zhang Yuqiang, personally accompanying Fong Ping to Nanjiang, was a precursor to the cooperation between Nanjiang and MCMU. Otherwise, if Nanjiang did not even show up when Fong Ping, an important person who was connected to MCMU and Nanjiang, went to Nanjiang to discuss MCMU's assistance, it would seem that Nanjiang was too indifferent, which did not match Zhang Dingnan's urgency. In the car, Fong Ping closed his eyes to rest the moment he got in. Obviously, he was not in the mood to talk. Zhang Yuqiang did not say anything either. He looked out the window, thinking about something. Macmao, second floor of the cafeteria. Old Man Li held a glass of wine, sipping it contentedly. He smiled and said, "I saved this 10 years ago. It's still here. It tastes good." Lu Fengru, who was sitting opposite him, gulped it down and said lightly, "I thought you would pass the longevity sword to him. Why didn't you?" "Forget it. It's not a good thing anyway." Old Man Li chuckled. "I've nurtured the longevity sword for 10 years. I can't bear to part with it." "You haven't drawn your sword in 10 years, right?" "I think so. 10 years to sharpen a sword." "How's the sharpening going?" "I don't know." Old Man Li chuckled and said, "Hate, resentment, anger, and dissatisfaction. I've hidden this sword for 10 years. Perhaps it won't be long before the legend of me, Li Changsheng, will appear in the martial world again. One sword to kill a god. Do you think that's domineering enough?" Lu Fengru did not answer. Old Man Li raised his wine glass and drained it. He stood up with a smile and said, "I'll go take a look." "What's the point of you going? Do you think it's your turn to attack with 4 people following us?" "I'm just here to watch the show and investigate the situation. I can't accept killing a rank 7. "Ha ha ha." Old Man Li laughed out loud. His silhouette moved, and he leaped out of the window beside him. Lu Fengru did not follow him. She continued to drink by herself. Nanjiang, governor's office. In the small conference room, at that moment, there were 7 or 8 people sitting there, all of whom were the higher-ups of Nanjiang. Everyone was very quiet until Zhang Dingnan walked in. Only then did they start to greet him. Zhang Dingnan nodded slightly, walked to the seat of honor, and sat down. He said in a low voice, "Everyone, the opening of Nanjiang's catacombs is imminent. The central government and the military department, including Nanjiang itself, are all fully prepared. However, just in case, the more reinforcements they received, the better. Among them, MCMU is the most important. MCMU has 3 high-ranked powerhouses, including the rank 8 Snake King, dozens of rank SIXS, and hundreds of middle ranks. This is a powerful force that is comparable to Nanjiang's martial arts world. Therefore, obtaining MCMU's support is also our next main target. Fortunately, Nanjiang has many talented people. Fong Ping of Sun City has taken the position of president of the Nanjiang Martial Arts Society. He cares about his hometown and has the heart to support Nanjiang. However, it is difficult to do it alone. Fong Ping can't make a decision with just a word. Before this, I sent Minister Yu Qiang to Magic City to discuss with Fong Ping. Now that we have gained a lot, Fong Ping will return to Nanjiang tonight to discuss this matter in detail with us. Everyone here is the backbone of Nanjiang. Tonight, let's discuss together. We must convince Fong Ping. As soon as Zhang Dingnan finished speaking, a middle-aged man in military uniform in front said in a low voice, "Governor, can Fong Ping convince MCMAU? There's a lot of hope. Fong Ping's instructor is Lu Fengru, and Wu Quishan is Lu Fengru's husband. Although there are rumors that they are not on good terms, rumors are still rumors. Moreover, Fong Ping himself has a certain say in MCMU now. He has obtained the support of a group of instructors. He has improved very quickly. MCMU Vice-Chancellor Zhang died. Although Wu Quishan is also a rank 8 because of the problem of ideology, he did not obtain the support of most of the people in MCMAU. Although Fong Ping is a rising star, many instructors think that Fong Ping may be able to achieve rank 7 soon. When that time comes, Wu Quishan may be regarded as an excessive vice-chancellor. Governor, you think too highly of Fong Ping, don't you? There are many geniuses in MCMU, including a few old students who graduated last year. They graduated as rank 5. After all, Fong Ping just entered rank 4. You can't say that. Everyone has a different starting point. Everyone knows that those rank 5 students have family support. On the other hand, Fong Ping has no family background, and he has improved faster than those people. People like Fong Ping, who have no family background, are more suitable to take over MCMAU. In MCMU today, there are not many who are qualified, including people like Huang Jing. They actually have their own families. This is a good thing, but also a bad thing. At least when he takes over MCMU. Everyone is worried that MCMU will become the armed forces of private families. As he said that, Zhang Dingnan smiled and said, "Of course, this is MCMU's business. Our goal is not who will take over MCMU in the future, but now. Right now, Fong Ping still has a certain say in MCMU. If he gives his full support, MCMU will not be so one-sided." In the conference room, someone said softly, "Will there be any problems when Fong Ping returns to Nanjiang?" Previously, at the beginning of the martial arts competition, his attitude was clear that he would destroy the evil sect. Once the evil sect sees through his intention to help Nanjiang, Zhang Dingnan laughed. "We've considered this as well. I've asked Minister Yu Qiang to personally escort Fong Ping back to Nanjiang. Also, if the evil sect dares to do anything, we'll make them suffer the consequences this time." "Governor, you mean Mr. Lu has gone back?" Everyone heaved a sigh of relief. The middle-aged man in military uniform also smiled and said, "Then there's no problem. I said that I haven't seen old Lu for the past 2 days. With a Grandmaster powerhouse escorting him, nothing will go wrong." Zhang Dingnan nodded and said, "I'm also concerned about this. That's why I troubled Elder Lu to make a trip." Also, Zhang Dingnan looked at everyone and said, "To make the journey smoother, the few of us won't go out and walk around. We'll sit here for a while and talk about other things while we wait for Fong Ping to come. What do you think?" Someone in the crowd laughed and said, "Governor, you're even worried about us? Fine, let's talk business then. It's only 3 to 4 hours drive from Magic City to Nanjiang. Has Fong Ping left yet?" "He has. He's almost out of Magic City now." Everyone nodded slightly and did not ask any more. They were all in the conference room anyway. It did not matter if they knew or not. 9 p.m. In the car, Fong Ping, who had his eyes closed, suddenly opened them and said, "Where are we now?" "Peace Bridge. Soon. After Peace Bridge, we'll be in Nanjiang." As he said that, Fong Ping rolled down the car window. The night wind blew, adding a hint of coldness. "This time we're going to Nanjiang, the catacombs," Fong Ping said and paused. "Is it okay to talk about this here?" It's okay. Old Chen knows about the catacombs. That's good. Fong Ping continued. In my opinion, the catacombs matter is not the most important. The catacombs have not been opened yet. This matter is not urgent. Instead, it's the evil sect. This is the real trouble. The last time I went to Nanjiang to carry out a mission, the evil sect ran rampant and gathered thousands of martial artists. This problem needs to be taken seriously. If Nanjiang and MCMU join forces, the first thing to do is to clean up the problem of the evil sect in Nanjiang again. Zhang Yuqiang nodded and said, the governor is also very concerned about this problem. However, the evil sect lurks deep now. President Fang also knows that these people are also normal people. Some of them even have legitimate identities to cover up on the surface. It's very difficult to investigate thoroughly. It depends on whether they put in the effort or not. After all, there will still be some clues. If Nanjiang puts in the effort, MCMU will also help. They can even contact some graduated senior brothers and sisters. These people hold high positions in various places. If everyone joins forces and sets up an inescapable net, can a group of clowns really hide underground? As he said that, Fong Ping suddenly said, this is Anjiang Expressway, right? Why is it so quiet? Zhang Yuqiang looked out and nodded slightly. He said softly, this is Anjiang Expressway. It's normal to have fewer people at night. Fong Ping still frowned. After thinking for a while, he suddenly flipped out from the window and stood on the roof of the car. Old Lu, are you there? Old Lu. Fong Ping shouted a few times. After a while, in the darkness, a figure descended from the sky. Lu Polu appeared in front of him. Fong Ping seemed to heave a sigh of relief. He said softly, Old Lu, is there any danger? It's fine. I'll just follow behind. Even the evil sect doesn't have the guts. Then it's hard on you, Old Lu. I'll treat you to a drink later. Lu Polu smiled. His figure leaped again and disappeared into the darkness. Fong Ping also flipped back into the car. He laughed and said, it's fine to scare yourself. Old Lu is following behind. With a grandmaster following, I feel much more at ease. Honestly, I don't really dare to leave Magic City now. As long as the evil sect is not resolved, I won't feel at ease. I even want to move my family to Magic City. It's not safe here in Nanjiang. President Fang, you worry too much. In Nanjiang, safety is guaranteed. Moreover, there aren't many high-ranked martial artists in the evil sect. Our powerhouses keep a close eye on them. They won't dare to show themselves recklessly. Before Zhang Yuqiang finished speaking, Fong Ping suddenly roared, Run! Before his voice died away, Fong Ping jumped out of the car window at lightning speed. Without stopping, he pushed off the ground with his toes and leaped up, disappearing on the spot in the blink of an eye. In the car, Zhang Yuqiang's reaction was not slow either. He jumped out of the window and ran. Just as the two of them left the car's glass suddenly exploded. Then, the car was like dough, squeezed into a discus in an instant. The driver of the car did not manage to escape. He was already dead when he was squeezed. You can't run. In midair, a chuckle rang out. Without any hesitation, it headed straight for Fong Ping. Behind them, just as Lu Polu was about to appear, someone beside him laughed and said, Brother Lu, why don't we have a chat? Lu Polu roared, How dare you send out 2 rank 7s? All of you deserve to die. MCMU doesn't manage Magic City properly. Instead, you run over to Nanjiang. That little thing is also making threatening gestures. This time, I'll kill both of you. Let's see if MCMU still dares to stand up for me. In the darkness, a figure broke through the air in an instant. A flash of light went straight for Lu Polu's head. At the same time, Fong Ping roared and leaped tens of meters away. Blood flowed from all 7 orifices on his face. Separated by tens of meters, He barely withstood the other party's mentality suppression. I can't let you live. In midair, the evil sect powerhouse let out a soft cry of surprise. Although they were quite far away, Fong Ping could withstand his mentality suppression. This was not easy. Big bosses, where are they? Fong Ping fled, frantically roaring loudly. And the three powerhouses, where were they? They're here. Tianmu's voice came from afar. In an instant, he descended from the sky, throwing a punch at the evil sect powerhouse in midair. Rumble. The deafening sound was not limited to this place. Chun Yaoting also arrived in midair, laughing loudly. Kid Fong, you're good. You actually lured out a rank 8 and 2 rank 7s. In order to take your worthless life, the evil sect has turned out in full force. Fong Ping, who had already run close to 1,000 meters away, was pale as a sheet. He said angrily, "Evil sect bastards, just you wait. Do you need so many high ranks to kill me?" A heavy snort resounded through the sky. Fong Ping had overestimated himself. This time, the evil sect had sent out a rank 8 and 2 rank 7s. Fong Ping was only one of them. The other was for Lu Polu. Among MCMU's 4 high grandmasters, the rank 8 powerhouse, Vice-Chancellor Zhang, had died in battle. The peak rank 7 Lu Polu had fallen once again. MCMU could only defend Magic City and no longer stir up trouble. Fong Ping thought that the 3 high ranks had come for him. It was ridiculous. Ko Bianjiang, Tianmu, Chen Yaoting. Good. I didn't expect to fall into your trap. But do you think you've won? In the air, an evil sect powerhouse let out a cold roar. His mentality was released instantly. The whole world seemed to be silent. Kill. An aged, murderous voice rang through the air. In the distance, Ko Bianjiang, who was in midair, seemed to have turned into a golden Buddha. His whole body emitted a golden glow. The golden glow flashed and disappeared. As if he had teleported, he instantly appeared above the head of the person who spoke earlier. On the other side, Tianmu let out a roar too. His golden fist broke through the air, as if tearing the sky apart, illuminating the dark night. Tianmu, the evil sect powerhouse who had been chasing after Fong Ping, screamed. A shield appeared out of thin air in front of him. Mentality materialization. In the next moment, Fong Ping, who was still running wildly in the distance, heard a crisp crack sound. Tianmu's fist blasted out. As if it had hit a metal shield, the shield was instantly shattered into pieces. Old Chen, go help old Lu. Chen Yaoting, who was holding the line, did not hesitate either. Tianmu had completely suppressed the other party. Lu Polu, on the other hand, was being held back. I'll kill the 3 of you today. Let's see how many of you can kill. Tianmu laughed maniacally. His golden body shone brilliantly, illuminating the surroundings. At the same time, Fong Ping, who had run for close to 2,000 meters, stopped in his tracks and muttered curses. 3 high-ranked powerhouses and a rank 8 golden body powerhouse. If he had not invited 2 rank 8 powerhouses to hold the line, even Lu Polu would have died. Zhang Dingnan had profited greatly by offering a saber this time. It could be said that these 4 powerhouses were all invited by Fong Ping, including Lu Polu, who was also MCMU's honorary vice-chancellor. Boom. A deafening sound reverberated throughout heaven and earth. The energy fluctuations here were intense. Even though he was so far away, Fong Ping could still feel the pressure. When he saw 2 balls of golden glow flying toward him, Fong Ping was instantly terrified. He roared, "Old Ko, don't come here, don't come here." As he roared, Fong Ping sprinted wildly to the side. In the end, 3 rank 7 powerhouses were fighting in front of him, cracking the ground and sending rocks flying everywhere. Fong Ping gritted his teeth, turned around again, and ran in another direction. 7 high-ranked powerhouses and 3 golden body powerhouses were fighting in front of him. At this moment, even if he did not participate in the battle, Fong Ping could still feel the endless pressure and danger. If he was slightly careless and got dragged into it, he would die. In the distance, there seemed to be a high-ranked aura rising. Fong Ping did not know whether it was the cult reinforcements or the local Grandmaster powerhouses. Fong Ping dared not linger. Right now, he could not wait to escape from the battle zone immediately. When these powerhouses fought, they could not care less about a rank for martial artists like him. "Don't run with me," Fong Ping cursed under his breath as he sprinted. Tian Mu and Lu Polu were suppressing their opponents. However, Ko Bianjiang and the other party were of the same rank, so he could not suppress the rank 8 powerhouse. The two of them fought while moving toward him. Although the two of them were fighting continuously, Fong Ping sprinted with all his might, but his speed was not as fast as theirs. "I'm turning, you guys turn too. What are you guys trying to do?" Fong Ping was so angry that he wanted to vomit blood. Old Ko was doing this on purpose, right? Chapter 319, Peace Bridge. At this moment, the entire Peace Bridge heard the roar coming from the suburbs. Countless people were startled awake. Some residents who were slightly closer to the suburbs could even vaguely see the golden glow in the sky. Just as many people were exclaiming, many people saw 2 golden glows moving toward the city. "Ko Bianjiang, let us go, or I'll massacre the city today." A loud roar startled everyone. "Massacre the city." The words that were only seen on TV were clearly heard by the people of Peacebridge for the first time. This was a battle between top-notch powerhouses, evil sect martial artists. Very soon, someone reacted and was instantly terrified. The entire city seemed to be in a slight panic. Fong Ping, who was running wildly, also heard the rank 8 evil sect powerhouses' angry roar. He did not notice it before, but looking at it now, as expected, the other party was leading Ko Bianjiang toward the city. The battle behind them was not over yet. It was not easy for a rank 8 to kill a rank 7. Even if Tian Mu was unleashing his full strength, it would take him some time to kill the other party. What should I do? Old Ko doesn't seem to be able to hold him back. If he reaches the city, if 2 rank 8 powerhouses attacked at full force, once they reached the city, they would be in big trouble. Peacebridge was not a big city. There were not many powerhouses here. At most, there would be a few rank SIXS. How could they defend against the attack of a rank 8 powerhouse? "I'm only rank 4. I can't take it either." Fong Ping was helpless. At this juncture, even if he had unlimited vitality, it would be useless. He could only hope that Old Ko could block the other party. Just as Fong Ping was running wildly, a figure flashed past in front of him. Fong Ping did not even think, throwing a punch. "Me." Fong Ping did not retract his fist, but it hit empty air. Old Man Li did not waste any time either. He stepped forward and grabbed him by the neck, moving his body and sprinting forward. "Kid, do you want to do something big?" "Old Li, why are you here?" "Cut the crap. Do you want to do something big?" "How?" "Ko Bianjiang, this old man is old and weak. He's useless. He might not be able to stop the other party. The evil sect is rampant because of this. Because there are too many people. Our people dare not act recklessly, but he was unlucky to have met me. Li Changsheng." Old Man Li praised himself and said with a smile, "Your mentality isn't weak. How about lending it to me later?" "Ah, cut the crap. Let's find a place to hide later. When they pass by above us, you'll unleash all your mental strength. Be as strong as you can. Watch me cut them down with one sword strike." "You want to borrow my spiritual force?" Fong Ping was still a little confused, but he quickly said, "Sure, then let's go." Old Man Li grabbed Fong Ping. His speed was extremely fast, appearing on top of a building in the suburbs in a flash. After landing on the rooftop, Old Man Li looked at the two balls of golden light that were approaching from afar. Li Changsheng, who never carried a weapon, had a sword at his waist. He caressed it with one hand and said in a low voice, "When I tell you to release, you will release all of your mentality and attach it to my sword." Fong Ping glanced at his saber and nodded. "Sure, but my mentality isn't that strong." "I'm fine." Old Man Li did not mind. Fong Ping said again, "Instructor, you're only rank 6. This, looking down on me?" No, I don't. You're only rank 6. Fong Ping was a little worried. Old Man Li, a rank 6 martial artist, intervened in a battle between rank 8s. Would it be useful? Humph! This old man defeated countless prodigies back then. Some of the grandmasters today were also beaten up like grandsons by me back then. Yes. Fong Ping gave a perfunctory reply. Looking at the two balls of golden light that were getting closer and closer, he asked anxiously, "Our grandmasters aren't here yet? Why hasn't Senior Tian killed his opponent yet?" "Not so fast. We didn't make arrangements in advance. If more people know, the news will leak easily. The other party won't take the bait either." Old Man Li explained casually. It did not matter if a rank 6 like him was discovered. However, Grandmaster-level powerhouses could be discovered easily. This time, the 2 rank 8s that Fong Ping invited came out from the catacombs. That was why they were not discovered. "Shut up and get ready." Seeing that Fong Ping still wanted to ask questions, Old Man Li scolded immediately. This kid was really bold. He actually still had the mood to ask questions at this time. "Wuchen, how dare you?" In midair, Ko Bianzhang let out an angry roar too, his face full of rage. If a same-rank powerhouse was determined to escape and enter the city, it would be very difficult for him to pin down his opponent, where he was. "Ridiculous! Old Devil Ko, all of you retreat. Otherwise, I'll bury half of the city with me." "You're courting death." Ko Bianzhang let out an angry roar. His golden body shone brightly. At this moment, he must not compromise. If he compromised once, the evil sect would have nothing to fear. If it happened every time, the evil sect could not be eradicated at all. Even if half of Peace Bridge was destroyed, he must kill the other party this time. As long as he waited for Tian Mu to kill his opponent, or for human powerhouses to come to help, Wuchen would not be able to leave. Just as the two of them were fighting and moving toward Peace Bridge. Below, Old Man Li exhaled softly. Initially, he only came over to take a look. He did not plan to make a move. This sword was prepared for the catacombs' powerhouses. He did not expect the evil sect to send 3 powerhouses this time. There was even a golden body powerhouse. He used his hand to poke the wound that was still bleeding. The old man is good at bragging. You're about to turn into a fountain. This is called indestructible or broken by a hammer. Get lost. Old Man Li was furious. I did this to myself. Broken golden body, broken golden body. Otherwise, if it was a rank 6, he would not be able to move it. Even if it was broken, it would recover quickly. He would not be spewing blood here. Fong Ping saw that Old Man Li had flown into a rage out of humiliation. He did not want to hurt him anymore. He continued, if that's the case, peak rank 6 martial artists might not have a half-golden body? Of course. Then how do I get one? Old Man Li darted him a look. He frowned. Don't even think about it. Although I said I have a half-golden body, it's fake. My bone marrow has not been honed to... I've honed it. Old Man Li was speechless. His expression darkened. I forgot about this. Exhaling once more, Old Man Li said, I took a shortcut. Actually, for you, achieving rank 8 is the right path. Honing a half-golden body in rank 6 is not only a waste of time, but it's also a waste of resources. Tell me how I honed it first. Maybe I'll stay in rank 6 for a while. It's not bad to get a half-golden body to scare people. Scare people? Old Manly was so angry he wanted to vomit blood again. He let out a heavy humph. We'll talk about it later. Let's go take a look. Having said that, he lifted Fong Ping by the neck again and flew far away. Fong Ping did not mind. It was late at night. No one would see them anyway. It saved him the trouble of flying. Instructor, Brother Tian, and the rest won? Almost. 2 rank 7s have been killed. Now only the rank 8 is left struggling. Why didn't the evil sect send anyone to rescue them? Can you talk less, kid? Old Man Li's head was as big as a cow's. The reason why the evil sect hasn't been eradicated is not because they're strong, but because they're well hidden. Now that someone is here to rescue them, the great battle has attracted the attention of countless powerhouses. Even rank 9 powerhouses are beginning to investigate. No matter how many come out now, they'll all die. Do you think high-ranked powerhouses are cabbages? This time, the evil sect sent out 3 people with the intention of ending the battle as soon as possible. Killing you is a piece of cake. Killing Old Lu is the goal. 1 rank 8 and 2 rank 7s. Killing Old Lu won't take too long. Hearing that, Fong Ping cursed. I knew Zhang Dingnan wasn't reliable. If I really listened to him, I would have been dead a long time ago. This time, 2 rank 8s and 2 rank 7s were almost not enough. We were beaten to the city. If only 1 golden body powerhouse came, it would be a big mess. That might not be the case. If that was the case, he wouldn't have revealed that Old Lu is following you. Others can guess it too. That's true. That's why I said you should take it easy, kid. Don't be so arrogant when you have nothing better to do. You're more famous than a grandmaster now. Those who don't know might think that you've become a grandmaster. In reality, you're just a weakling. I'm upper stage rank 4. I'm peak rank 6. Did I show off? You're already 60 years old. You're going to be 70 soon. We're different. Old Man Li did not say anything. He tightened his grip on Fong Ping's neck. Fong Ping cried out in pain. Old Man Li could not listen to the truth. He was not lying. He was going to be 70 soon. They galloped all the way. Very soon, both of them arrived at the battle scene. At this moment, in midair, 4 powerhouses were besieging the Golden Body Powerhouse in the middle. The Golden Body Powerhouse's strength was not just for show. Even when faced with the joint attack of 2 golden bodies and 2 peak rank 7 powerhouses, the other party did not show any signs of being defeated. The 5 of them fought. Their auras were earth-shattering. Fong Ping and Old Man Li got a little closer and felt an incomparably huge pressure. Fong Ping's face was deathly pale. Old Man Li paused for a moment. His hand pressed on the long sword. After a while, as if he had gotten used to it, he did not have much of a reaction. Although his mentality was weak, his aura was strong. He could still withstand this bit of aftermath. Fong Ping lifted his head and looked for a while. Panting heavily, he said in a low voice, Instructor, stop looking. Didn't 2 of them get killed earlier? Go and loot the corpses. They didn't even have time to loot the corpses. Let's hurry up. Otherwise, it'll be over soon. Old Man Li was stunned. He could not help but glance at Fong Ping. This kid's mental fortitude was really extraordinarily strong. Chapter 3:20. That was killed by someone else. It's someone else's loot. Don't you know the rules? Old Man Li scolded. Fong Ping said sheepishly, I'm just taking a look. I've never seen a rank 7 powerhouse's treasure. Rank 7s are all poor. Old Man Li curled his lips. They rarely use weapons. Unless they've been nurtured for many years, the probability of them fighting barehanded is higher. As for pills, normal pills can't be used. They can't afford really high-level pills either. That's not necessarily true. Instructor, let's go take a look. Just take a look. Old man Lee listened to this and found it unbelievable. It was the same logic as when a man talks to a woman. Unable to dissuade Fong Ping, Old Man Lee brought him to the place where Tian Mu fought earlier. It's him. When he saw the corpse on the ground with a hole in his chest, Old Man Lee frowned slightly. Fong Ping glanced at it and whispered, "You know him? I've met him a few times. I thought he was dead. I didn't expect him to be alive and have a breakthrough." Old Man Lee frowned. Tiananmen Martial Arts University's former vice-chancellor, Fong Ping, was stunned. He whispered, "Tiananmen Catacombs incident. Old Man Lee had a slight headache." He muttered, "I'm not sure. I'll check later." He's already dead, but his identity has been exposed. Tiananmen Martial Arts University might be in trouble. I still have a few classmates at Tiananmen Martial Arts University. It's okay. If I'm not mistaken, even if there's something wrong with the people at Tiananmen Martial Arts University, they've already evacuated. With such a big commotion, some of the cult's higher-ups might have guessed that this was a trap. The powerhouses who attacked had died. Those who were related to them had either evacuated or been silenced. Fong Ping said nothing more. He squatted down and knocked on the other party's torso. Banging sounds could be heard. It's just that he just entered rank 7 not long ago and has yet to achieve a golden body. The fatal wound isn't on his chest, but his mentality. Old Man Lee continued, "If it's a rank 8 powerhouse, the golden body is actually the most valuable. If it's not destroyed and remains, you can bring it back and worship it as a god. Maybe it can be resurrected after thousands of years." Fong Ping was speechless. "Instructor, this is an cult martial artist. If he resurrects, I'll be the first to be killed." After saying that, Fong Ping asked, "Rank 8 golden body powerhouses can be resurrected? Theoretically speaking, it is possible." Old Man Lee said in a low voice, "As long as a rank 8 golden body isn't killed by a stronger enemy, it's not impossible for them to live forever. The golden body is already considered to be indestructible, so we speculated that the world of sex might be hiding some old ghosts." Fong Ping gulped and whispered, "People from thousands of years ago, maybe." Old Man Lee had always been in charge of guessing, not in charge of confirmation. He grinned and said, "Although it was difficult to achieve rank 8 in the environment back then, there were always people who were amazing. If they had really achieved a golden body back then, it's not impossible for them to live to this day. But in the past few years, no such person has appeared in the martial arts world. Perhaps he's really dead, or perhaps he never appeared before." Fong Ping did not think too much about it. As he touched the corpse, he whispered, "Instructor, you're also half a golden body. Doesn't that mean I'm fake?" Old Man Lee shook his head and said, "My skull hasn't been honed. If I'm dead, then I'm really dead. After a few decades, maybe parts of my golden body can still be preserved, but my skull will definitely rot into a skeleton. Do you think a skeleton can be resurrected?" Fong Ping did not say anything else. Instead, he scolded in a low voice, "Pauper!" As soon as he finished scolding, Fong Ping's eyes suddenly lit up. He quickly took off the other's boots and tore it with all his might. Suddenly, he beamed with joy and said, "Instructor, look, is this made from high-ranked creature's hide?" Old Man Lee was speechless. He took it and looked at it. After sizing it up, he mumbled, "This is not good. What's wrong? It's not high-ranked? Shut up." Old Man Lee scolded, saying softly, "It's made from high-ranked creature's hide. The key is that these things are strictly controlled by the government. MCMEU, too, can't keep high-ranked creatures' carcass skin and fur without permission. If it's not obtained from the government, it means that evil sect powerhouses can enter the catacombs." Which catacombs did they enter from? Did they sneak in, or do they secretly control a catacomb's entrance? "We have to investigate this matter carefully. They can even secretly control catacombs entrances. Fong Ping was shocked. Old Man Li said lightly, "It's not impossible. When the catacombs entrances are opened, we naturally know about new entrances. But what about the ones a few hundred years ago? Who can be sure that Shishan's entrance is the first one? Who can be sure that after Shishan, all the entrances that appear have been discovered by us? These past few years, the evil sect powerhouses have been killed endlessly. It's not the first time we've discovered these things. However, in the past, we didn't have the right to participate in killing high-ranked ones. The government might know something. There's still a possibility that the evil sect controls an entrance. Of course, we can't be sure. Otherwise, we would have annihilated them a long time ago." Fong Ping nodded as well. "That's true. Otherwise, how could the evil sect have so many high-ranked martial artists? Unless the pill companies are colluding with them, I don't think they have so many resources to nurture martial artists. Even if they buy from the pill companies, there will still be traces left after a large number of transactions. Take me, for example. I sell these few pills, and the pill companies have their eyes on me. There are two possibilities. One, the higher-ups have provided them with convenience. Two, they actually have their own production lines. I don't think the first possibility is high. The possibility of being exposed is too high. Hence, the second possibility is still very high. I'm such a genius. I even deduced this." Before Fong Ping could finish, Old Man Li scolded, "Shut up. If you talk nonsense again, I'll kick you to death." Motherf asterisk cur. I just deduced it. How did it become yours? Fong Ping shut his mouth immediately. However, he quickly asked, "Instructor, are these shoes valuable?" "Yes, but they're not yours. I'll keep them for now." Fong Ping was a little disappointed. This poor bastard had nothing but a pair of shoes that were slightly better. What was Old Man Li doing? Old Man Li laughed. "The shoes definitely don't belong to you, but the corpse can be moved back. It's not like it's a golden body powerhouse." "Idiot," Old Man Li said exasperatedly. "The corpse of a rank 7 powerhouse, even if it's for research, has unlimited value. If you carry it back, you can definitely sell it and make some money from the dead." "How disgusting." Fong Ping shook his head. He could loot the corpse, but he would not carry it back. After some thought, Fong Ping searched his body and fished out his phone. Not caring about the time, he dialed a number and said, "Organize a few people to come to the suburbs of Peace Bridge City. Be quick. Bring back a corpse, maybe a few. I'll hide the corpse later. You guys dig it up." "Aha, that's it. It's fine. It's not illegal." After hanging up, Old Man Li asked, "People from the Martial Arts Society?" "No, someone from afar." Old Man Li was speechless. "You're really something, kid." They did not look any further. Very soon, the two of them came before the second corpse. This one was terrible. Unlike Tianmu, who destroyed the other party's mentality, with one punch, this one's head was smashed. That was why he died. Rank 7 Lupolu. And the rest could only choose to kill this one this way. While the other party was not a golden body, smashing his head was the only way to kill him. Since the head was smashed, naturally, no one could tell who was who. Fong Ping suppressed his disgust and touched the corpse for a while. Joy flashed in his eyes, but he did not show it. He stood up and shook his head. Another pauper. Old Man Li glanced at him with a half-smile. "You want to take Old Lou's things for yourself? No way." "What's in your sleeve?" "My own." "Your own?" "Kid, touch your conscience. Is it really yours?" 100% it's mine." Old Man Li was completely speechless. This kid was lying through his teeth. Glaring at him, Old Man Li shouted, "Cut the crap. Take a look and see what it is." Fong Ping was helpless. He could only take out a small bottle. Old Man Li opened the crystal bottle and took a look. Then his expression changed. "They even have this? Instructor, what medicine is this? Is it valuable?" It's not medicine. Not medicine. Fong Ping was stunned. If it was not medicine, what was it? It's the heart marrow. Old Man Li frowned. You can understand the heart marrow as the core energy source of the heart. You haven't reached that stage yet, so you can't feel it. However, this thing is extremely difficult to extract. Whether it's from humans or monsters, it's very difficult to extract. Even MCM, you can't do it. Do you understand what I mean? Fong Ping shook his head. The other party's technology was very advanced. This means that the other party has a rank 9 powerhouse. Old Man Li's expression was gloomy. All these years, we haven't found any rank 9 powerhouses in the evil sections. Of course, there were guesses, but they were just guesses. Now, it's been proven. It's fine if they're born and bred here, but I'm afraid that there are people from the evil sects among the rank 9 now. Yes, Old Man Li thought for a while and shook his head. Forget it. We can't do anything about this. We don't have the right to either. Others probably know. Then, is this a human's, a catacombs martial artist's, or a monster's? I don't know. Fong Ping was speechless. He asked again, what's the use of this? Normal pills are useless for high-ranked powerhouses. This is beneficial for them to hone their skulls. Taking a powerhouse's heart marrow to hone their own body can make cranial honing easier. Is it valuable? It's valuable because refining is a troublesome matter. It's extremely difficult for those below rank 9 to do it. You can imagine how much it would cost to get a rank 9 to do it. MCMU doesn't sell this, and they can't sell it. In fact, high-ranked powerhouses rarely trade these things. If they really want to sell it, it won't be lower than 50 million. It's normal. I thought it would be a few hundred million. Fong Ping said it was normal, but then he said dryly, Instructor, this is really mine. Jiao gave it to me. Old Man Li glanced at him and ignored him. Fong Ping sighed, helplessly. He took off the other party's boots. 2 pairs of boots and a heart marrow. That was all he had. He had no weapons. However, these gains were now taken away by Old Man Li. Fong Ping was helpless. Did that not mean that he had looted it for nothing? More than 10 minutes later, the battle in the sky had ended. Under the siege of 4 powerhouses, the other party was only 1 person. There was no way to escape. He let out a desperate roar and finally fell silent. Fong Ping and Old Man Li had reached the place now. The ground had long become a deep pit. Huge cracks stretched for thousands of meters. The highway was nowhere to be seen. In front, there seemed to be people from the Department of Investigation Services and the military department blocking the road, not letting anyone in. Fong Ping looked around. He was not in a hurry to look at the Golden Body Powerhouse's corpse. Instead, he shouted, Big Brother Zhang, are you still there? After shouting for a while, there was only silence. Tian Mu was currently covered in blood. He shook his head and said, He's not nearby. He probably ran away. Not dead? I don't know. Tian Mu said nonchalantly, It doesn't matter if he's dead or not. Nanjiang wants to lure the snake out of its hole. Zhang Dingnan won't care if a rank 5 dies and 3 high ranks are killed. Since he's here, he should be prepared to die. I'm not prepared to die. Fong Ping mumbled. Zhang Yucheng was not dead. Was he? He remembered that Zhang Yucheng was not slow either. The rank 7 martial artist who was killed by Tian Mu later came after Fong Ping, not Zhang Yucheng. If they were all dead, how bad would their luck be? As he was thinking, Zhang Yucheng shouted from afar, Grandmasters, can we come over? Tian Mu glanced at them, looked at Fong Ping, and sneered. See that? These fellows from the political world have pretty good survival skills, too. They're still alive. They've probably gone to the local military department just now. Next time you encounter a fellow from the political world in danger, don't bother with them if you're not strong enough. Their combat strength is average, but their survival skills are not bad. Cough, cough. Ko Bianjiang coughed softly. Shut up. Do you have to offend everyone? Without looking at Tianmu, Ko Bianjiang said, "Come over." Very soon, Zhang Yuqiang brought a soldier and a person dressed in the Department of Investigation Services uniform over. When they saw everyone, their faces were full of respect. They hurriedly asked if they needed any help. "Where's the local commander?" Tianmu asked. The chief of Peace Bridges Department of Investigation Services said immediately, "The commander is comforting the people." "I'll call the commander right away." "No need. He's doing well. He needs to comfort the people. Don't cause trouble. Lock this place down. You guys go back to your work." Ko Bianjiang dismissed the other party with just a few words. Fong Ping quickly interrupted. "We have to bring these corpses back. Don't let anyone touch them. My people will come and take them away immediately." As he spoke, Tianmu had already carried the Golden Body Powerhouse's corpse. Fong Ping saw this and was annoyed. "Can't you leave it for me?" Tianmu ignored him and did not linger. He said quickly, "We've killed them. We'll leave first." "Kid Fong, don't do this kind of thing next time. We have no problem with killing evil sect powerhouses, but that's our business. You're just a small rank for martial artist. Don't meddle in these things. Zhang Dingnan isn't a good person either." Does he really think we don't know what he's thinking? But it's precisely because it's the evil sect's business that we'll meddle in it. Otherwise, who cares about him? It's not that we don't want to do it. It's just that we can't. We still have to guard the catacombs. We can't go out at will. If something happens, it'll be even more troublesome. Moreover, evil sect martial artists are sometimes very difficult to kill. Unless it's a last resort, we won't simply make a move. Just like this time, if this guy really ran into the city, how many people will die? Instead of letting these lunatics slaughter ordinary people, it's better to let the other party fight when the catacombs opens. At that time, it'll be a battle between martial artists. Zhang Dingnan doesn't want too many people in Nanjiang to die, but he doesn't think about it. If other people died in other places, would he not feel guilty? Everyone knows about the evil sect. This time, Zhang Dingnan is in trouble. He almost destroyed Peace Bridge. I don't believe that Nanhu's governor won't fight Zhang Dingnan to the death. We'll retreat first. The trouble is also Zhang Dingnan's. Let them fight. When he said this, Tianmu did not care about the few people beside him. Or rather, he said it for them to hear. If Nanhu's governor wants to find trouble, don't look for us. Look for Zhang Dingnan. This matter was entirely Zhang Dingnan's responsibility. Zhang Yuqiang kept quiet. The two higher-ups of Peace Bridge did not say anything either. They would definitely report this matter. Such a huge incident happened today. 7 or 8 high-ranked powerhouses were fighting here in Peace Bridge. Now, Nanhu's governor was already rushing over here. He would arrive soon. Tianmu did not care so much. After saying that, he carried the corpse and soared into the sky. Ko Bianjiang smiled at everyone and left too. Chun Yaoding still had some injuries on his body. He glanced at Fong Ping and said with a faint smile, "Fong Ping, it's time for Yunxi to return to MCMAU. Nanhu's governor is coming. I can't stay for long. Next time, if we meet again, be careful." Having said that, Chun Yaoding also stepped into the sky and left. Fong Ping looked embarrassed. At most, he would not go to SCMAU. The next time he went, he would go only after he had become a grandmaster. It was hard to say who would beat up who. These powerhouses came and went without a trace. Now, in order to avoid trouble, they all ran away. Even Lu Polu said hurriedly, "I'll leave first too." "Don't worry. The rest of the journey will be safe. Right now, the powerhouses are watching." The great battle had already attracted the attention of powerhouses everywhere. At this moment, no matter how many evil sect powerhouses came out, they would all die, unless they really did not want to live anymore, and were willing to exchange their lives for Fong Ping's. After throwing these words, Lu Polu also ran away quickly. Even if it was for the evil sect, they did not want to take the blame for Zhang Dingnan. When Fong Ping saw this, he suddenly realized that he was in trouble. He was not in a hurry to run away. After thinking for a while, he asked, "Big brother Zhang." The driver from before, Zhang Yuqiang, shook his head and said, "Old Chen was sick before this. It's a terminal illness. He knows about this. I've told him before. Don't worry, I'll take care of the funeral and family matters." Fong Ping did not know what to say. After all, he was not someone close to him. So Fong Ping did not say anything else. When he felt a huge energy wave coming, Fong Ping said hurriedly, "Big brother Zhang, bring my saber here later. I'll go back first too." "Go back?" Zhang Yuqiang was dumbfounded. Where are you going?" "McMao." "This, younger brother Fong, this, isn't everything settled? After killing 3 high ranks, you should have found the person you're looking for, right? It's useless even if I go again. But about MCMAU? Cough, cough. We'll talk about that later. It hasn't been opened yet, right? I'm leaving first. Remember, bring the saber here as soon as possible. Otherwise, I'll bring Brother Tian and the others to collect the debt." After saying that, Fong Ping dragged Old Man Li, who was still watching the show, and ran. The old man was dumbfounded. Still watching the show, if he continued watching, Nanu's governor would chop them into pieces. Old Man Li did not care. He said unhappily, "Why are you running? It's not like we did it. Speaking of which, I saved Peace Bridge. I want to see if Zhang Dingnan and the other party will fight. It's fun when 2 big governors fight." "Zhang Dingnan is not here." "Who said he's not here?" Old Man Li sneered. "He just arrived. He's hiding. All the more reason to run. 2 high grandmasters fighting. What's there to watch?" Fong Ping did not linger. If this matter was brought up, he would not be able to run away either. Of course, that was not the main point. The main point was that none of the grandmasters wanted the spoils of war. Fong Ping was secretly happy. The high grandmasters ran fast. None of them remembered. Was this not benefiting him? Chapter 321. Late at night, Fong Ping and Old Man Li had finally returned to MCMAU. As for Nanjiang, Fong Ping was not going. If Zhang Dingnan had asked, he would not have said no. Now was the right time. Things had come to an end. Zhang Dingnan was too embarrassed to mention hometown sentiments to him. "It's all right. This time, I killed a rank 8 golden body and 2 rank 7s. Not everyone can do that." Old Man Li turned a deaf ear. "Just get used to it. Mother of asterisk, cur. How dare you say you killed them?" "I killed the rank 8, Old Man Li said after some thought. Fong Ping understood. "I understand. You killed a rank 8. I killed 2 rank 7s. Both of them entertained themselves as if no one else was around. After saying that, Fong Ping added, "So the 2 rank 7s spoils are mine. Am I right?" The rank 8 was taken away. Old Man Li said he killed the rank 8. Then so be it. There was no debt dispute anyway. Old Man Li's face darkened. So this was what they were waiting for. Send it to them later. "Instructor, that's not necessary, right? The grandmasters don't like these. Otherwise, they would have taken them long ago. If there's really something good, do you think they won't even ask?" The grandmasters obviously did not want it. The martial artists of the evil sects were actually paupers. Even if the other party really controlled a catacombs entrance, they were also poor. How much wealth could a group of sneaky people have? On the other hand, the grandmasters who participated in the battle this time were supported by forces. They might not be interested in these things. Old Man Li pondered for a moment. "Even so, we still have to put up a show. Send someone to send it. If they don't want it..." "Instructor, what if they want it? If they send it to us, we'll just accept it. Can they still return it?" "That's true. Then..." Old Man Li pondered again. "They probably won't want the boots worn by others. Send the heart essence. Old Lu is easy to deal with. The key is Vice Chancellor Chen." Fong Ping did not say anything else. He took out his phone and made a call. The call was connected quickly. Chen, Yunshi said in confusion. Fong Ping? Yes, it's me. Are you home? Yes. Is your grandfather back? Grandfather? Did grandfather go out? Tell Headmaster Chen that I found a heart essence. Should I cut it in half and send it to him at the side? Old Manly rolled his eyes. You're good, kid. If Chen Yaoding had the nerve to ask for it, then he would really be seeing a ghost. Can you cut it in half and send it over? While Old Manly was deep in thought, someone on the other side of the phone smiled faintly and said, If you want it, cut it in half and send it over. If you don't have it, I'll personally ask you for it. Fong Ping held his phone in his hand and did not speak for a long time. Chen Yunxi was obviously sleeping. How could an old man like Vice-Chancellor Chen barge into his granddaughter's room to eavesdrop on her phone call? Not only did he eavesdrop, he even replied. Old Man Li's face was turning purple from holding it in. They were done for. This, that, forget it, I don't want it anymore. I'll send it over to you. Fong Ping was helpless. I admit defeat. No, I only want my half. If you can't take out half, I won't let this matter rest. Chen Yaoding snorted softly. This old man used to think highly of you. When I first saw Fong Ping in Capital City, I thought that Fong Ping was a promising talent, a prodigy of the generation. Who knew that this little bastard would dare to blackmail me? Chen Yaoding was dumbfounded at the time. His granddaughter went to MCMU. His granddaughter was a genius, so MCMU benefited. In the end, Fong Ping actually forced him to pay the sponsorship fee. Without the sponsorship fee, this bastard actually let his granddaughter lead the team to fight SCMU. The SCMU students had a splitting headache. Everyone knew that the old vice-chancellor only had one granddaughter. It was fine if you beat up his grandson, but if you beat up his granddaughter, the vice-chancellor would bear a grudge. Forget about the sponsorship fee. Forget about his granddaughter leading the team to SCMU. Forget about the loot. Chen Yaoding really did not intend to ask for it. However, Fong Ping wanted to make himself look superior and not be greedy. He did not call Chen Yaoding and purposely called his granddaughter. This kid was as cunning as a ghost. He did not intend to give it to him. Now, it was not about the loot. Judging from Fong Ping's tone, he had bullied his granddaughter a lot. Chen Yaoding decided that he had to support his granddaughter. Fong Ping said helplessly, All right, then I'll send you half a pill. You said it. All right, I'm hanging up. Chen Yaoding hung up the phone. Fong Ping was speechless. He sighed and said, Seriously, you don't want one. You just have to take half. Old Manly rolled his eyes. After a while, he deliberated and said, The heart marrow is refined by a rank 9 powerhouse. It looks like a pill, but it's not. Of course, it can also be consumed. It melts in the mouth. Remember, it was melting in the mouth. However, only a rank 9 powerhouse could separate it without entering the mouth. In other words, if you want to send half a pill over, remember to ask a rank 9 for help. Fong Ping shut his mouth immediately. He suddenly felt a little tired. Old Man Chen was so stingy. I've already admitted defeat and given it all to you, but you're still not happy about it. What are you doing? Sigh. Fong Ping sighed, losing interest. He said helplessly, We'll talk about it later. If I don't go out in MCMU, he won't be able to come either. He probably won't come looking for me, right? That's hard to say. It's only right and proper for one to repay a debt. If they really want to collect the debt, MCMU won't stop them. Teacher, don't look for me. I'm only a rank 6. But you said that you can kill a rank 8. Did I say that? You just said that you killed a rank 8. You must have heard wrongly. I'm leaving first. Leave the stuff with me first. We'll talk about it later. Old Manly left. He left very quickly. On the night of October 17th, a huge battle broke out in the suburbs of Peacebridge. This was the first time a battle between top-notch powerhouses happened in front of normal people. In the past, Even if there were battles between powerhouses, the locations were mostly deep in the mountains and forests. Before this, when besieging the evil sect powerhouses, they would also consider the safety of normal people. Situations like this rarely happened. Moreover, the internet was not developed in the past few years. Now, it was already October 9th. Smartphones had already begun to appear. At night, the battle between a few powerhouses was too eye-catching. Many people had captured videos and photos. Moreover, the words that the evil sect powerhouses said about massacring the city had also been made public. For a moment, everyone in the evil sect was calling for a beating. As for the normal people, they also felt a lot more threatened. This kind of top-notch powerhouse had mentioned massacring the city at every turn. With the power of the battle between both sides that day, many people had no doubt that the other party could really do it. Moreover, in that kind of situation, other than powerhouses who could contend with them, modern weapons were not very useful. The other party was just near Peace Bridge. Did they have to use missiles to punish the other party? The fact that martial arts powerhouses were powerful to this extent also shocked countless people once again, especially when some extremely daring fellows took advantage of the lax lockdown to break into the remnants of the battlefield and took some photos. It was even more shocking and yearning. The three Golden Body powerhouses were still fine. However, when a few rank 7 powerhouses fought, they could not care so much. Under the battle of life and death, the ground cracked, the buildings collapsed, and the land within a radius of a few hundred meters had now become a small lake. Powerhouses could change the world. In one day, countless people made up their minds. No matter the outcome, they would take the path of martial arts at least once. Even when they were middle-aged, many people still made up their minds to sign up for martial arts training classes. They were too powerful. At this moment, the Rank 1 Top 100 battle that had just ended also attracted more attention. On the 17th of October, the Rank 1 Top 100 battle ended, and the list of the top 100 Rank 1 Top 100 was released. There was a lot of discussion on the internet. The government also took the opportunity to lead, expanding the evil sect's evil deeds and making it public. Establishing the evil sect as humanity's number one enemy was the government's temporary strategy. Not only could it let the ordinary people know that they had enemies, but it could also let everyone get used to the bloodshed of martial arts, and it would not cause too much panic. After all, evil sect martial artists were in the minority. Their strength was not too strong, and they were still under the control of humans. Unlike the catacombs, that was an existence that humans could not defeat. It was not the right time to announce the existence of such an enemy. It could easily cause widespread panic. The people would not work and the economy would collapse. Then how would they support so many martial artists and troops? Unless it was absolutely necessary, it was best to hide the existence of this kind of enemy that could destroy humanity. As a participant in the battle between good and evil, Fong Ping did not pay much attention. What he was really interested in was the matter between Zhang Dingnan and Nanhu's governor. After asking around, Fong Ping also knew some of what happened. In the dormitory, Fong Ping chuckled. Governor Zhang wasn't beaten up. The call was made to Wang Jinyang. As a leading figure of Nanjiang's younger generation, Wang Jinyang still knew some things. How is that possible? Wang Jinyang could not help but laugh. Even if Nanhu's governor wanted to beat someone up, he wouldn't really do it. But he still reported it to the Central. What should Governor Zhang say this time? Probably nothing will happen to him. After all, nothing happened to Peace Bridge. Instead, he killed the 3 evil sect high ranks. However, it is indeed a taboo. He might get a few verbal warnings. Boring. That's the same as nothing. Of course. Now that Nanjiang's catacombs are about to open, to be honest, even if Peace Bridge is destroyed, nothing will happen. Nanjiang is still waiting for Governor Zhang to contribute. Wang Jinyang sighed softly. Don't blame him. Maybe you think that he schemed against you. Although he didn't force you to do anything, He still used righteousness to coerce you. But if I were in his shoes, maybe I would do the same. Governor Zhang doesn't care what others think of him now. Do you know what I mean? Fong Ping said in a low voice, that won't happen. Even if the catacombs open, as the governor, he's preparing to be the first to enter. Forget it. There's no point in talking about this. Wang Jinyang did not continue this topic, but it could be considered as an explanation for Zhang Dingnan. When the catacombs opened, the first batch of martial artists who entered were the most dangerous. Extremely dangerous. The stronger the powerhouse, the more dangerous it was. This was because the first batch of powerhouses who entered would definitely be targeted by the catacombs' powerhouses. If there were too many powerhouses inside, they might not even last until the second batch of people entered and would die in battle. Every time the catacombs opened, the first batch of people who entered would not survive. It was not that they did not want to enter together, but when the catacombs opened, the passageway was not too stable. If there were too many powerhouses, it would cause a chain reaction in the passageway, and it might collapse. It was fine if it collapsed permanently, but the passageway would continue to open. This also caused powerhouses to have no choice but to enter in batches. Hearing that, Fong Ping did not say anything. Zhang Dingnan, the Grand Master Governor, entered the battle with the determination to die. So what if he offended some people now? He knew that Fong Ping might not be comfortable, but he did not care. Fong Ping was not qualified to find trouble with him now. When he was qualified, he would talk about it when he was alive. Just like this time, a huge battle broke out on the land of Nanhu. Nanhu's governor was definitely unhappy, but he could not do anything even if he was unhappy. Fong Ping exhaled and put this matter aside, smiling. Brother Wang, how's your cultivation progress recently? Almost rank 5, right? Not yet. No rush. And peak rank 4? Fong Ping asked, even though he already knew the answer. He chuckled and said, Brother Wang, it's been a year since you achieved rank 4. I feel like you're slacking off. Is it because there's no pressure anymore? What are you trying to say? It's nothing. I broke through to upper stage rank for a few days ago. I'm thinking that I should be able to reach peak rank 4 in 1 or 2 months. When I'm at the same rank as Brother Wang, we'll have a chance to learn from each other. The other side was silent for about a second or two. Wang Qinyong said slowly, That's right. There's no hurry to learn from each other. The catacombs won't open the championship at the end of the year. I'll definitely come. Don't worry. Fong Ping was eager to give it a try. He chuckled. Brother Wang, it's fine, even if it's opened. We'll just delay it for a few days. MCMU suggested to delay it. That would be best. Brother Wang, if it's really going to open, let's go for a spin in the catacombs and see who can kill more powerhouses. Very confident. I can't help it. Sigh. I'm invincible among the students in MCMU now. It's quite lonely. Don't worry. You won't be lonely very soon. Fong Ping, take it easy. As your martial arts enlightener, I think I should teach you something. Fong Ping was still smiling. He replied, Brother Wang, you should know what I'm thinking. You're half a master to me, but we're of the same age. In this generation, there's no second place in martial arts. Actually, I have nothing to be proud of when I surpass others. Brother Wang is the only one I've been looking forward to for a long time. Compared to Li Hansong and the others, Brother Wang is my goal. They're nothing. We'll wait and see then. Wang Jinyang laughed and quickly hung up the phone. After hanging up, Wang Jinyang chuckled. This kid's really full of himself. Upper stage rank 4. Tapping the table lightly, Wang Jinyang murmured, If I fail miserably and fall on his head, I won't be able to face anyone. He was the one who initiated Fong Ping's martial arts enlightenment. When he was rank 3, Fong Ping had only been in contact with martial arts for a few days. He was rank 4, and Fong Ping was only rank 1. In the blink of an eye, Fong Ping had gone from upper stage rank 4 to peak rank 4. How shameful! In terms of ranks, he had gone from early stage rank 4 to peak rank 4 in a year. No one could say that his speed was slow. However, if he was defeated by Fong Ping, how could he face anyone? Unlimited vitality, bone marrow mutation, strong mentality, invulnerable? No, he's always had a flaw. Due to a lack of time, he can't make up for it. Wang Jinyang raised his eyebrows slightly. Fong Ping had a flaw. The biggest flaw was that his single-target outburst was not strong enough. He had barely made up for this flaw when he was at peak rank 3. However, because he had entered rank 4 too quickly, and now that he had entered upper stage rank 4, this flaw appeared once again. Wang Jinyang had stayed at rank 4 for a year. Although it was not too long, it was much longer than Fong Ping's. Against him, a protracted battle will only wear me down. Wang Jinyang mumbled to himself, then laughed. Not so long ago, when would he ever think about how to defeat Fong Ping? Previously, many people said that Fong Ping and CLA would have a fated battle. Two thrice-honed martial artists would definitely fight. The result of the fight was that Fong Ping easily defeated CLA, almost without difficulty. In reality, the one who would fight Fong Ping was him, Wang Jinyang. Even if he did not fight this time, he would still fight next time. He was Fong Ping's martial arts mentor. In reality, he was also Fong Ping's psychological barrier. Just as Fong Ping said, they were of the same age. There was no first place in literature and no second place in martial arts. Fong Ping had surpassed others. If he did not surpass Wang Jinyang, he would not be the current number one. Fong Ping wanted to become an invincible powerhouse, and so did Wang Jinyang. It's not just you and me. Li Hansong wants it too. Yao Qingjun wants it too. Once the military school joins at the end of the year, it'll be even more interesting. A smile appeared on Wang Jinyang's face. Among the students who were still in school, the 4 of them were the strongest. There might be other upper stage or even peak rank 4 powerhouses, but those people were destined not to be their targets. Interesting, after talking to himself for a while, Wang Jinyang stretched his muscles, stood up, and walked outside. It was time to make some preparations. At the same time, Macmao. Chapter 322. October 19th, Zhang Dingnan's saber was personally escorted by Zhang Yuqiang to MCMAU. It was not like the guandao that Fong Ping used. This was a zamadeo. The zamadeo was not as long or wide as the guandao, similar to the samurai swords of Japan. Of course, the zamadeo had a much longer history, originating from the Han Dynasty. The hilt of Zhang Dingnan's saber was 40 centimeters long, and the blade was about 80 centimeters long. The 2-meter long length was not considered too long for a zamadeo, but it was not short either. Zhang Dingnan had made it for himself. Fong Ping had seen many weapons: sabers, spears, swords, halberds of all grades. However, when he saw this zamadeo, Fong Ping had a clear feeling for the first time. This was a divine weapon, unlike old man Li's longevity sword. Zhang Dingnan's saber was sharp even from a distance away. Fong Ping could feel the chill in the air. The saber was not unsheathed. This saber was equipped with a scabbard. According to Zhang Yuqiang, the scabbard was not made of metal, but the skin of a high-ranked beast. High-ranked beast skins actually had a certain aura-concealing function. Like the Jiao in the past, when it concealed its aura, Fong Ping could not sense it at all. Although this effect was greatly reduced after its death, it still had a certain effect. However, through the scabbard, Fong Ping could already feel the sharpness of the saber, the boiling murderous intent, and the soaring vitality. Good saber. Fong Ping could not help but exclaim before he even took it. If the sabers he had used before were inanimate objects made on the production line, then Zhang Dingnan's saber, Even before he held it in his hands, he could already feel that it had a soul. The development of modern technology made it easier to make weapons, but it also reduced the spirituality of weapons. Zhang Dingnan's saber, on the other hand, was full of spirituality. It was not only because it was artificially made, but also because Zhang Dingnan had nurtured the saber for many years. Seeing Fang Ping's joy, Zhang Yuqiang chuckled. It's a good saber. This saber has killed high-ranked people. Fang Ping's pupils contracted. When the governor entered rank 5, he spent all of his wealth and borrowed a lot of money to hire someone to forge this bandit-slaying saber. After that, he traveled all over the place and killed countless people. On the day he entered Grand Master level, he sacrificed a high-ranked blood to the saber. Are weapons useless against Grandmasters? That's not it. Zhang Yuqiang shook his head and said, Grandmaster realm experts can also continue to nurture weapons, but they need to recast this saber. The governor is unwilling and unwilling. When a master-level expert fuses with his essence and blood, ordinary alloy weapons are no longer suitable. Fang Ping nodded slightly. Zhang Yuqiang held the saber with both hands, his expression solemn as he said, Fang Ping, I hope you won't bring disgrace to the bandit-slaying saber. Whatever you think about the trip to Nanjiang 2 days ago, it's all in the past now. The saber is yours now. Fang Ping chuckled. Of course, a treasured saber befits a hero. Now that the bandit-slaying saber is in my hands, it won't be a disgrace. As he said that, Fang Ping took the bandit-slaying saber, his hand sinking slightly. The saber wasn't too heavy, only 40 kilograms, but it felt extremely heavy in his hands. Fang Ping held the hilt of the saber in his right hand and pulled it out. Silent draw. The temperature in the room seemed to have dropped a lot, and there was a hint of coldness. The edge of the saber was not snow white. Instead, it was somewhat black, like a black crystal that flickered with a faint radiance. Bandit-slaying saber. Fang Ping mumbled, then quickly laughed. No, from now on, it'll be called Chaos Vanquishing Saber. Fang Ping's Chaos Vanquishing Saber. Zhang Yuqiang could not help but laugh, but he did not say anything. Now that the saber was in Fang Ping's hands, it belonged to him. He could call it whatever he wanted. There was no need to care about that. Fang Ping did not say anything else. His arm thickened instantly. Then a cold glint flashed on the saber's blade, and Fang Ping slashed. Boom! With a loud bang, a large hole was cut through the wall of the small office in the reception area. Saber glare. It was not just vitality force, but vitality force that had been converted into a saber glare with greater lethality. Whoosh! The sound of running could be heard. Soon, the Martial Arts Society's patrol team arrived. Through the hole, the Martial Arts Society patrol team saw Fang Ping and said helplessly, President, the wall has been damaged. Fine 1 million. Fang Ping did not care. He said casually, Got it. Get someone to fix it. What was 1 million? At this moment, Fang Ping was extremely happy. Zhang Dingnan's custom-made saber was indeed different. It was more suitable for the saber techniques that Zhang Dingnan had created. Zhang Dingnan had been using this saber since he was rank 5. Some of his cultivation methods were created when he was rank 5 or 6. Rather than saying that the saber was adapting to him, it was more accurate to say that Zhang Dingnan was changing his cultivation methods according to this saber. Fang Ping's royal decapitation had not been cultivated to a very deep level. He only had a rough understanding of it. However, when he slashed with the saber glare cut several meters away. Good saber, Fang Ping exclaimed again. The value of this saber could not be represented by 40 caddies of A-grade alloy. Even the system recognized the value of this saber. It exceeded the value of the material. 200 million. This was the increase in wealth given by the system when he had obtained this saber. The system rarely gave an estimate that exceeded the value of the material, but this saber had done it. Zhang Dingnan had used Vitality Force to nurture it for many years. Even his mentality had been nurtured for many years. The material of the saber had changed slightly. Looks like I'll have to give up on broadswords. Back then, Fong Ping had chosen broadswords like the Feng's Widow, and the Guandao because the weapons were big, heavy, and long enough. However, when he reached the middle ranks, he did not have to deliberately pursue these. Among the various sabers, the Zamadeo was not the widest, the longest, nor the heaviest. It was fine as long as it was suitable for use. Moreover, weapons like the Guandao were not very convenient to carry around. The 2-meter-long Zamadeo was more suitable to carry around. Big Brother Zhang, thank the governor for me. Fong Ping smiled. Seeing that he was satisfied, Zhang Yuqiang smiled too, and exchanged a few pleasantries. The two of them chatted for a while. Zhang Yuqiang did not linger and left quickly. Fong Ping, on the other hand, glanced at his own data. His wealth was almost at 1 billion. Wealth, 890 million vitality. 2,000 calories, 2,250 calories plus mentality. 680 hertz, 699 hertz, bones honed. 177 bones, 100%, 29 bones, 30% plus. I still need more than 100 million points. Thinking of this, Fong Ping sheathed his saber and strode toward the logistics department. Logistics department, Fong Ping said as soon as he entered. Instructor, how much can I get from selling those 2 pairs of boots to the logistics department? They were made from the skin of high-ranked monsters. Old Manly grinned. 1,000 credits. How about that? So low. Fong Ping was speechless. Only 500 credits for a pair? Nonsense. Shoes have to be suitable for use. Usually, they're custom-made. Also, people don't really like shoes that have been worn by others. Shoes made from high-ranked beast skin don't have much of an advantage. Of course, they're resistant to wear, and their vitality conductivity is stronger. All in all, there are still advantages. Why don't you keep a pair for yourself? I don't wear shoes that have been worn by others. It's disgusting. Fong Ping shook his head and said, Instructor, 1,000 credits is too low. It's a high-ranked monster after all. The school doesn't have much use for recycling. Everyone has what they need. Those who don't can't afford it. Having said that, Old Manly laughed again. They're free anyway. Take whatever you can. You're asking for too much, kid. That's true. Fong Ping thought about it and gritted his teeth. That's fine too, but I don't want credits. Can I take money? Sure. 20 million in money. 1 credit is 10,000. Fong Ping was completely speechless. Forget it. Just give me credits. It would be the same even if he sold the credits later. Old Man Li did not say much. Very quickly, he transferred 2,000 credits to Fong Ping. Now, Fong Ping's wealth had reached 930 million. If I exchange the credits for money at the Martial Arts Society, I'll be able to reach 950 million. I'm still short of 50 million. If I sell the heart essence, I'll have enough. But this thing, Old Chin will come to collect the debt at any time. Fong Ping's head hurt, but he remembered that the system might be upgrading soon. At this point, he could not care less about the old man looking for trouble with him. Instructor, you said the heart essence is worth 50 million. The school doesn't recycle it. Old Man Li shook his head. The grandmasters in the school have passed this stage. Old Devil Huang doesn't need it either. If Old Lu wanted it, he would have taken it last time. So if you really want to sell it, go sell it to other grandmasters. As he said that, Old Manly teased. Aren't you afraid that Old Chin will come to you for trouble if you sell it? I can't care too much. Fong Ping did not have time to think about all that. If worst came to worst, he would think of something himself when the system upgraded. What he lacked now was wealth, not money. If it really did not work, he could just spend money to buy it. After talking about the loot, Fong Ping did not continue the topic. He grinned and said, Teacher, can you teach me that swordsmanship you taught me last time? I don't lack anything right now, but I'm lacking a single powerful explosive move like this. Of course, it would be best if I could modify it into a saber technique. One slash would be enough to kill a rank 6, if not a rank 7. Kill a rank 7? Old Man Lee darted him a look and sneered. After thinking for a while, he said, "It's useless even if you learn it. I'm not afraid to tell you the truth. This move is not something you can just think of. Do you really think it's that easy to leap ranks? A rank 6 martial artist can kill a rank 8 just by learning 1 or 2 moves. This sword of mine, I've been preparing for a long, long time. Actually, it's not really a move. It's just accumulating and accumulating, suppressing and suppressing, continuously using vitality to nurture, restrain, and communicate, waiting for the moment when the sword is unleashed. It's just a flash of light." Fong Ping raised his eyebrows slightly and said, "Actually, I've guessed it too. Do I have to unify my essence, spirit, and soul and pay a heavy price?" Old Man Lee smiled and said, "If I want to kill someone of a higher rank, isn't it reasonable to pay a price? Will I die? Why don't you guess?" Fong Ping chuckled and said, "I'm not guessing. It's best if you don't use it either. Actually, I'm not doing this for the sake of learning the sword move. I want to learn your accumulation technique and your explosive technique. It's fine if you don't use it, but once you use it, you'll definitely kill. The essence of that move of yours is actually here. As for paying a price to kill the enemy, I won't learn it. Today, I'm not his opponent, but it doesn't mean that I won't be his opponent in the future. Now, paying a heavy price to kill a strong enemy is not worth it. Don't you think this makes sense, old man? Even if you kill a rank 8 with 1 slash, can you change the situation in the catacombs? If I were you, I'd kill more rank 5 and 6 martial artists. If I meet a powerhouse, I'd run first. Killing 3 to 500 middle ranks is better than killing a powerhouse. These middle ranks, maybe high ranks, will appear soon." Old Man Lee smiled and said nothing. "That's true, but you kid don't understand. That's the future. Right now, the difference between humans and the catacombs is in the combat strength of high ranks. If there was hope of reaching the Grandmaster level, perhaps he would do the same as Fong Ping. If he was not his opponent today, he would kill him another day. Killing a few hundred middle ranks was the same. Unfortunately, God did not give him this chance." Without answering Fong Ping's question, Old Man Lee said in a low voice, "There are indeed accumulation technique and explosive technique, but it requires a good weapon. How about this?" Fong Ping placed the saber in his hand on the table and smiled. "Chaos Vanquishing Saber. A really good saber? I can see that." Old Man Lee was not surprised. He smiled again and said, "Also, don't change the name randomly. Zhang Dingnan's bandit slaying saber is still quite famous." "You know this saber too?" "I do." Old Man Lee smiled. After stepping into the Grandmaster level, the weapons they use are between real and fake. They're no longer simple alloy weapons. Before rank 7, the weapons they use are real weapons. There's actually a ranking list circulating in small circles for this type of weapon. The top 10 divine weapons that people often talk about are all referring to this. Of course, there's no specific ranking. However, in the circle, some weapons are still very famous, like Zhang Dingnan's bandit slaying saber, Su Mafu's killing sword, Lion Tang's bloody gloves. Of course, the most famous is still my longevity sword. Old Man Lee's face was full of pride, but Fong Ping did not flatter him. He asked quickly, "Big Lion has a weapon?" Of course, Old Man Lee saw that he did not flatter him and was a little dissatisfied, but he still replied, "Of course Lion Tang has a weapon. His bloody gloves are quite famous. Actually, it's also related to the user's strength. Although Lion Tang's essence, spirit, and soul haven't become one, the name Mad Lion is not just for show. He doesn't use weapons often. Right now, He doesn't use weapons mainly because he wants to train himself and achieve the realm of unity of essence, spirit, and soul. When he really goes berserk and uses his bloody gloves, you'd better hide as far away as you can. Among all the peak rank 6 powerhouses in MCMEU, he's the most famous one at the moment. Your instructor isn't as good as him. She's called Invincible Wu, but that's just what she calls herself. She can still beat up Lion Tang when he's not going crazy, but if she encounters a crazy Lion Tang, your instructor might not be his match. But he didn't seem too strong when he fought a rank 6 before. He couldn't kill the rank 6 who chased me last time with one punch and let him escape. Old Manly shook his head and said either the rank 6 who's hunting you down isn't weak, or he's not going all out. Of course, it could also be because you're in the way. Who knows what's going on? Anyway, don't provoke him too much. It's fine that the rank 6 ranking list hasn't been released yet. If it was Lion Tang, might be able to enter the top 10. What about you? Me? Old Manly said nonchalantly. First place. Fong Ping was speechless. He thought for a while and said, I mean, if you don't use that sword of yours. Old Manly's expression darkened. He ignored him. If I don't use that sword, it'll be hard for me to enter 100. Seeing that Old Manly was silent, Fong Ping asked again, then, how much can my instructor enter? Around the top 30, at most. So weak? Fong Ping was shocked. Lu Fengru was someone who was about to become a grandmaster. Weak? Old Manly let out a humph and said exasperatedly, what do you know? There are 3 types of peak rank 6. The first type is when they start to interact with mentality. This kind of person can be called peak rank 6, provided that their Sanjiao gate is closed. The second type is when their mentality has reached the stage where they can expel it. The third type is vitality fusion. This kind of person can be considered a true peak powerhouse. Rank 7 is just around the corner. Lu Fengru's mentality is not weak. Even among level 2, it is extremely strong. However, she can't achieve mentality-vitality fusion. Therefore, her ability is not too strong. Of course, her mentality is very strong. Even if she encountered a vitality fusion powerhouse, she might not lose. Lion Tang has not achieved mentality-vitality fusion either. Logically speaking, he is slightly weaker. However, Lion Tang's vitality is extremely strong. His combat techniques have also been cultivated to the peak. His bodybuilding techniques have also been cultivated to the extreme. Although it is not as good as my half-golden body, it is comparable to the physique of a normal rank 7 grandmaster. If he and Lu Fengru were to fight to the death, Lu Fengru would most likely be no match for him. Big Lion is so strong. Fong Ping swallowed. He could not tell. If that was the case, he was walking a tightrope every day. But then again, he dared to provoke even grandmasters. Provoking Big Lion did not seem to be a big deal. Old Manly saw the situation and laughed. He thought for a while and said, but it's hard to say. Inside the catacombs, there are actually many peak rank 6 powerhouses. It is hard to know whether these people are dead or alive. This is also the reason why the rank 6 ranking list has never appeared. Of course, if there were to be an issue, these missing fellows wouldn't be included. Fong Ping was about to ask about the half-golden body when Old Manly said, I can teach you the accumulation technique and the outburst technique. As for the cultivation method of the half-golden body, we'll talk about it when the time comes. Old Manly did not plan to pass it on. It was meaningless. His half-step golden body was because he had no hope of reaching rank 7, so he took an unconventional path and created it himself. If Fong Ping really learned it, he did not know if there would be any drawbacks in condensing a golden body in the future. As for the force accumulation technique and the explosive technique, they were actually his secret techniques. In the past 10 years, he had no hope of becoming a grandmaster, so he came up with many of these unorthodox combat techniques. However, it was useless for an ordinary person to learn it. At the very least, you wouldn't even have a weapon to carry it. These secret skills were easier to cultivate than combat techniques. Strictly speaking, Lu Fengra's blood arrow method was not considered a combat technique, but a secret skill. Old Man Li explained it briefly, and Fong Ping committed it to memory. However, Old Man Li still kept it to himself. It was also related to what Fong Ping had said. He did not want to learn the life-for-life technique. Time passed quietly as the two of them exchanged questions and answers. By the time Fong Ping had memorized everything, the sky had already turned dark. Tomorrow is the battle of the top 100. Instructor, I'll leave first. Why don't you give me that sword of yours next time? I think that dual swordsmanship suits me quite well. Get lost. Fong Ping turned around and left, chuckling. However, in his heart, he was secretly thinking whether he should steal that sword or not. Chapter 3:23. He went to the Martial Arts Society and exchanged his credits for cash. Lu Mengyao did not say anything. The Martial Arts Society still had a lot of cash. Although they had given out benefits and distributed some free weapons to rank 1 martial artists, the Martial Arts Society still had close to $1 billion in assets. Credits and cash were the same in MCMEU. 950 million, 660 million in cash. Fong Ping had a lot of money and wealth now. However, Fong Ping did not want to use his wealth now. He had to wait until his wealth exceeded 1 billion at least. I'll keep my wealth. I can spend cash. Should I invest some more in the company? It had been almost a year since the 3G era started. Some smartphones in the market were becoming more and more in line with the image Fong Ping had in mind. The mobile internet era would probably officially arrive next year. It was not difficult to occupy the market at this time as long as he was willing to spend money. Fong Ping only needed wealth. Cash was not much help to him. Of course, he still needed cash to buy equipment and the like. However, his Chaos Vanquishing Saber could be used up to peak rank 6. There's my Guandao too. It's made of B-grade alloy. I can sell it too. It'll be a good income too. Fong Ping was in no hurry as he thought about these things. The top 100 competition would be held on campus the next day. It did not matter if he showed up or not. However, his father had called earlier to say that the whole family would be coming to Magic City tomorrow. Fong Ping still had to pick them up. October 20th. The rank 1 martial arts competition that had stopped for a few days had officially entered the top 100 competition. Fong Ping did not go to watch. There were only 5 matches in a day. It was still too early to end. He had plenty of opportunities. At the bus station, Fong Ping had picked up his family. After getting on the bus, Fong Ping said, "Dad should buy a car and get a driver's license. He can drive over later. It's not convenient to take a bus after all." Fong Mingrong shook his head. "Forget it. I don't travel around often. Sun City isn't that big. Brother, buy one for me. I'll get a driver's license and drive to Magic City in the future." Fong Yuan looked excited. She was very interested in buying a car. "You don't have money? Why are you telling me? How much money do you have?" Fong Yuan's face fell. She said bitterly, "Brother, I only have a few thousand saved. How can I afford a car?" "A few thousand?" Fong Ping said with a half smile. "Really? Really? Hee hee, it's still a few thousand. Forget it if you don't believe me." Fong Ping was speechless. This girl was really good at hiding things. A few thousand? Did she think he would believe her? Fortunately, this girl didn't know that he had left her 2 million last time. Otherwise, she would have become arrogant long ago. Ignoring her, Fong Ping said as he drove, "Let's go take a look at the school first. Later, I'll bring you to the house I bought, but it hasn't been renovated yet, so it's uninhabitable." Fong Mingrong nodded. He thought for a moment and said, I brought some specialties with me this time. Is it convenient for me to pay a visit to your teacher? I'll ask later. Fong Mingrong was a little nervous. In the past, he might not have dared to mention paying a visit when he came to Shanghai. A sixth pin expert. However, he had spent some time in Sun City's government. After all, although he was still a little nervous, he still had to be polite. Is there anything that your teacher can't do? I don't think so. No. Fong Ping thought for a moment and said immediately, don't talk about children and don't talk about family. Anyway, don't talk about family stuff. Talk about something else. That's about it. Fong Ping still reminded him. Mentioning Lu Fengru's daughter could easily make Lu Fengru flip out. Fong Mingrong made a mental note of this and did not ask further. Li Yuang looked out the window for a while. It was her first time in a big city, like Magic City. She was a little nervous about going to her son's school later, afraid that she would embarrass him. Fong Yuan did not think so much. She said excitedly, Brother, say, if your teacher takes a liking to me and takes me in as a student, does that mean I don't have to go to high school anymore? Fong Ping rolled his eyes. Where did this girl get her confidence from? Then again, if Fong Yuan was here, he would not have to think about Lu Fengru's mentality detector anymore. He could let Fong Yuan do the test. McMao. Because of the challenge competition, MCMU was very lively. Although not all of the campus was open to the public, other than the southern area, the dormitory area, and the school history hall, the other places in MCMU were open to visitors. Fong Mingrong brought his parents into the school. Just the school gate alone was enough to shock Fong Mingrong and his wife for a long time. When they saw the people from the patrol team, armed and high-spirited, Fong Mingrong felt a little timid. Soon, however, Fong Mingrong felt different. Hello, President. Hello, Uncle and Annie. The MCMU students greeted Fong Ping when they saw him. Although the new students wanted nothing more than to stay as far away from Fong Ping as possible, they all had sharp eyes. Fong Ping seemed to be bringing his family to visit the school this time. If they avoided him now, Devil King Fong would remember them, and that would not be good. Fong Ping was also very satisfied. The smile on his face widened. See, this was what the people wanted. He also raised his eyebrows at Fong Yuan. Look, I, your brother, am in charge of martial artists. What are you doing? Fong Yuan pouted and said nothing. What was there to show off? After wandering around the school for a while, Fong Ping gave Lu Fengru a call. Lu Fengru was at home. She did not reject Fong Ping's parents' visit. Soon, Fong Ping accompanied his family to the teacher's dormitory area, Villa number 8. When they saw Lu Fengru, Fong Mingrong, and Li Yuang were very reserved. Even Fong Yuan was a little timid and did not dare to cause trouble. He looked like an obedient child. Lu Fengru was not very polite, but she was not cold either. After she asked everyone to sit down, Fong Ping became a waiter and started serving tea. They did not have much in common, so they mainly talked about Fong Ping. When Li Yuang stuttered and asked about Fong Ping's academic results and whether he was disobedient, Fong Ping did not know whether to laugh or cry. Did his mother still treat him like a child? Fong Ping did not continue listening. After chatting with the others for a while, he interrupted, Teacher, I'll go up and take a look. Can I use the mentality detector for a while? Yes. Lu Fengru nodded slightly. She glanced at Fong Yuan, but did not say anything. After they went upstairs, Fong Yuan, who had been silent all this time, panted and said softly, Brother, your teacher is so scary. Scary? Yes, that's not right. It feels so serious. I'm scared just looking at it. Fong Yuan mumbled. Fong Yuan mumbled softly. Before she came here, she had wanted to show off her cleverness and see if she could be accepted as a student. Now, forget it. It felt quite scary. Fong Ping was amused. Then you should behave. As he said that, Fong Ping brought her to the training room. The mentality detector was placed there. He took the helmet and looked at Fong Yuan. After some thought, he said, Put it on. and think about what your strongest combat technique would look like. What's this for? You test it first. We'll talk after. Fong Yuan looked curious. She put the helmet on, and the number on the display started jumping. Seeing her looking around, Fong Ping scolded, "Don't play around. Do as I say." "Okay, my strongest combat technique." Fong Yuan thought about it. Basic-like techniques seemed quite strong. As she thought about it, Fong Ping frowned slightly. His sister's talent was not that good. The number had been hovering around 140. A once-honed, aspiring martial artist mentality was not very strong. However, under normal circumstances, the difference between mentality and vitality was not too big. Fong Yuan's vitality was more than 150 calories, and her mentality was slightly weaker. This also meant that her willpower was weaker. Before one's mentality could be released, willpower had a lot to do with the strength of one's mentality. However, willpower could be compensated for. She was average and did not stand out in any way. Fong Ping exhaled softly. It was normal. There were not that many geniuses. He was about to take off the helmet when he saw his sister's eyes darting around. She was obviously not focused. He frowned. "Don't think about combat techniques. Think about your little treasury being stolen." "Ha!" The number on the display started jumping. Fong Ping almost choked on his breath. He continued, "Your little treasury has been stolen. You caught the thief and beat him up with combat techniques." Fong Yuan was furious. She thought about how she would beat the thief up if he dared to steal her money. Soon, the number on the display changed again. 160 hertz, Fong Ping complained. The difference was so big. What was the girl thinking? 160 hertz was not too strong, but it was not weak either. It was at least on par with her vitality. This meant that her willpower was not weak. However, it was rare to see such a huge fluctuation in mentality. Of course, it had to do with Fong Yuan being an aspiring martial artist. Martial artists could focus and unite their minds. Aspiring martial artists had not experienced any major changes and were still young, so it was normal that they could not do it. However, the difference was 20 hertz. It was still a big difference. Fong Ping glared at his sister and took off the helmet. He scolded, "You're too weak. You can't focus, your combat techniques are average, and your willpower is weak. I'm embarrassed to call you my sister." "Look, how much is it?" "You only reached 160 later. It was only 140 before. Do you know how many people have? The lowest is 300 to 400, and the highest is 600 to 700. Fong Ping. Fong Yuan was a little unhappy. She asked softly, "What's this number?" "Talent." Fong Ping shook his head. "Martial artists are all about talent. 700 is the highest, and 100 is the lowest. I, your brother, am 699. Although I'm not full talent only exists in legends. That's why I'm the most talented martial artist in Sino Nation. You, on the other hand, are 160. Sigh, you're 699. Fong Yuan seemed to be in despair. Was he serious? Was she that weak? Fong Ping did not say anything else. He put on the helmet. Soon, the number started changing. After a while, it was fixed at 699. Fong Yuan was stunned. Was that really the case? Fong Ping's talent was 699, and she was only 160? Brother, can this be changed? Talent is something you're born with. Of course, it can be increased. For example, focusing on martial arts, having strong willpower, and honing your bones many times can change your talent. But your foundation is too low. It's only 160. The gap between you and others is too big. Fong Ping sighed and shook his head. He thought for a while and said, "But it's okay. You're my sister. It's okay if your talent is low. Your brother, will take care of you in the future." Fong Yuan bit her lip and said nothing. She thought that she was a genius, but now her brother said that her talent was weak. It made her very sad. All right, don't be sad. When we get home, cultivate well. If you're twice honed, your talent can increase. If you're thrice honed, it'll increase even more. Your brother is a 1 in a billion genius, so it's normal for my talent to be higher. Most people in MCMU only have around 300. If you're thrice honed, you might be able to reach 300. When that happens, you won't be the worst. Thrice honed. Fong Yuan pouted. She felt that it was very difficult. Go down. Don't be arrogant next time. Do you see me being arrogant? I heard from Dad that you're very full of yourself now. I thought that if you were really talented, then it's fine. It's fine for geniuses to be a little arrogant, but you're not a genius, so you'll have to work hard and train hard to catch up to those geniuses. Fong Yuan nodded quietly. She had been dealt a heavy blow on her first day in Magic City. No wonder her brother's teacher was so stern. It was because she was not a genius. If he was a genius like his brother, wouldn't his teacher become more amiable? Fong Yuan kept her head down as they went downstairs. Lu Fengru, who was downstairs, glanced at Fong Ping. She had heard the conversation between the siblings clearly. This kid Fong Ping's ability to bluff people was not weak. Most importantly, he was capable of bluffing his own sister to the point where she doubted her own life. Fong Ping saw Lu Fengru looking at him and laughed dryly. I'm doing this for my sister's sake. It was not a good thing that Fong Yuan was so full of herself. As for whether Fong Yuan would beat him to death when she found out about the truth, that would have to wait until she surpassed him in strength. The siblings went downstairs. Fong Mingrong and his wife breathed a sigh of relief. Chatting with Lu Fengru was very stressful. Fong Ping did not mention anything about treating them to a meal, nor did he continue to disturb Lu Fengru. He and his family said their goodbyes and went to the logistics department. Old Man Li was easy to talk to in the logistics department. After chatting for a while, he saw that Fong Yuan was still in the vitality nurturing phase. He gave Fong Yuan many normal vitality pills as if they were candy. Of course, he did not mention anything about taking in students. Fong Yuan was even more convinced that she was not very talented. Otherwise, it was said on TV that teachers would fight to have talented students. Fong Yuan was depressed when she left the logistics department. Even the pills Old Man Li gave her did not cheer her up. Fong Ping looked at her for a while and wondered if he had been too harsh on her. In the end, Fong Ping soon realized that he had been thinking too much. It turned out that the girl did not notice the pills earlier. She thought that Old Man Li had really given her candy. However, she was someone who had eaten vitality pills before. When she instinctively took one out and wanted to eat it, the girl realized that something was wrong. She stared at the pill for a while. Then a bright smile appeared on her face. It was as if she had forgotten that the depressed expression had appeared on her face just now. Chapter 324. After visiting the two instructors, Fong Ping brought his family to his dormitory. Both of them were satisfied with Fong Ping's single dormitory. However, seeing Fong Ping's mess with his clothes strewn everywhere, Li Yueying scolded him, saying that he was not as good as Fong Yuan. This time, it was Fong Yuan's turn to be proud. She had kept her room very clean and beautiful. After being scolded by his mother, Fong Ping explained, I don't actually live in the dormitory. I live somewhere else. I have my office in the Martial Arts Society. It's so clean that you can even look in the mirror on the floor. Li Yueying could not help but laugh. She helped clean up for a while before asking, Do you have a girlfriend? Girlfriend, Fong Ping sighed. It felt so distant. Humanity was in danger. If the catacombs were not peaceful, how could he call home? A true man should dedicate his life to his country. How could he be restrained by love? Before Fong Ping could say anything, Fong Yuan said, Mom, Fong Ping can't find a girlfriend. He's always hitting girls. It's all over the internet. Fong Ping's expression darkened. I don't have a sister like you. On the 20th, Fong Ping brought his family to visit his instructors, tour the school, and look at the new house. The huge villa surprised the whole family. Clearly, they did not expect Fong Ping to buy a house like this. On the 21st, his parents and sister went to watch the competition, but Fong Ping did not go. Dean's office. Fong Ping sat opposite Huang Jing, reading the new rules of the championship carefully. After a while, Fong Ping frowned. If we do this, it'll be more cruel this year. Huang Jing nodded slightly. It will be very cruel. The government wants everything to be fixed this year. We don't know what the situation will be like in the future, so we can't keep wasting time. If we get the general rules done this year, the championship won't have to be on such a large scale. According to the government, this year, 99 martial arts universities, including the 3 military schools, would be similar to Fong Ping's Rank 1 competition. They would follow the rules of a ranking competition. 102 universities would be ranked to determine the status of the Big Ten. They would be the real Big Ten, the kind that the Ministry of Education would issue. After that, there would be 2 official classes, famous schools and non-famous schools. Moreover, the 92 universities below elite universities had to be ranked accordingly as well. If the 2 martial arts universities or military schools ranked at the bottom of the rankings fell behind for 3 years in a row, they might be stripped of their martial arts universities. In the coming year, the non-elite schools could try to increase their ranking. The top 10 normal martial arts universities were qualified to challenge the position of elite schools. However, there was a prerequisite, which was to gather 5 middle-ranked martial artists. Middle-ranked martial artists were not cabbages, and they could not be achieved simply by throwing money at them. University only lasted 4 years. Even if martial artists risked their lives to take medicine, the human body still had a process of absorption, digestion, and conversion. There was also an upper limit. As long as resources could satisfy one's own cultivation, no amount of resources would be of any use. If one could achieve rank 4 in 4 years by relying on pills, it meant that one's talent was high enough. It did not mean that one could definitely achieve rank 4 by taking more pills. In this way, it would be more difficult for normal martial arts universities to challenge the position of elite universities. This year, it had been decided. By next year, it would be much more difficult for other schools to charge into the top 10 famous schools. It could be said that this was a one-off death sentence. Of course, if they were truly strong enough and had nurtured more than 5 middle-ranked martial artists, they were still qualified. This could also minimize the internal friction among humans to the greatest extent. Fong Ping pondered for a moment and said, doing this isn't too fair. For example, NMAU's Wang Jinyang is extremely strong now, but NMU itself can't reach the qualifications of the top 10 famous schools. Huang Jing laughed. Wang Jinyang will graduate eventually, right? If NMAU can't keep up, and the other schools have many talents, they will fall from the top 10 sooner or later. What's unfair about that? That's true. Wang Jinyang is already in his junior year. Fong Ping nodded and then sighed. But this way, it'll be a little difficult this year. They directly fixed the top 10 famous schools and set a threshold for other schools. It's easy to nurture a rank for powerhouse, but it's not easy to nurture 5. If I'm not mistaken, I'm afraid all the schools are throwing resources at the elites. If there are really geniuses and enough resources, it's not difficult to nurture a rank 4 powerhouse. When a rank 4 meets a rank 3, it's almost an instant kill. Not everyone is like us, able to skip ranks. Huang Jing was speechless. Could this kid restrain himself a little? This year is a little difficult, but it has nothing to do with MCMAU. MCMU's goal is first not the top 10. Moreover, the Department of Education has also issued a document. The Big 2, the 8-school alliance, and the 3 military schools don't have to participate in the early stages of the competition. As for the normal martial arts universities, 7 martial arts universities will be decided, forming a lineup of 20 schools. The top 10 famous schools will be chosen from these 20 schools. We don't have many competitions to fight. When the top 10 famous schools are decided, that's when we'll exert our strength and seize first place. If it's first place, how much will the school's annual funding increase? At least 30 billion. Huang Jing said in a low voice, if it's more, it might reach 40 billion. If it's second place, it'll be at least 5 billion. The government's financial resources are limited, and they can't continue to increase the expenditure in this area. Therefore, whoever gets more, there will definitely be someone who gets less. This is also to increase the pressure and competitiveness of the martial arts universities. The situation is more tense than before, and some of the easing policies from before are changing. Originally, the government would not be so anxious when it comes to martial arts universities. However, the catacombs are still open now, including here in Magic City and the alliance of several cities. This is a bad sign. Although it hasn't reached the vice-chancellor's point of recruiting in large numbers and going down to the catacombs to select powerhouses, it's necessary to put some pressure on the martial arts universities. Fong Ping exhaled slightly and nodded. I understand. It'll still be 5 main players and 5 reserve players. Don't worry, MCMU will definitely take first place this time. If they took first place this time, according to the government's policy, by the end of next year, among the top 10 famous schools, only the last place could challenge the first place. That meant that they did not have to fight many more battles. If they took first place this time, they could just wait for the second place to challenge next year. The second place might not necessarily be challenged. This was also to minimize internal friction as much as possible. After all, the battles between the top 10 famous schools were mostly between middle-ranked martial artists. It was extremely not worth it to lose a middle-ranked genius in the championship. However, if they did not determine who was better, everyone would not be satisfied. Why should they take more and we take less? In the past, martial arts universities were actually not ranked, including the Big Two. It was only recognized by everyone, but there was no real gap in qualifications. The government had decided this once and for all this year. So in the future, there would be much less friction between them. It would not be like before, where dozens of martial arts universities were not satisfied and felt that the famous schools took more resources. Huang Jing was not as optimistic as him. He thought for a while and said, protect the top 3 and fight for first place. Protect the top 3? CCMAU and FMS are both difficult opponents. You should take it easy. FMS was the military school that Yao Qingjun was in. It was called FMS. From the name, one could tell how domineering and confident the other party was. This was also the first military school opened by the military department. Yunmeng Military School and 9 States Military School were all things that happened in the later years. Fong Ping smiled. Dean, don't worry. MCMU is not weaker than any other school. As for Yao Qingjun and the others, I've been wanting to compete with them for a long time. Huang Jing said in a low voice, I'm warning you in advance. It's very likely that they will break through to rank 5 in the near future. Fong Ping, don't be too confident, and don't be too careless. Rank 5. Fong Ping frowned slightly. This was true. The few of them had already entered peak rank 4. There should be some time before the championship and the top 10 famous schools battle. Even if they were not rank 5 now, it would not be surprising if they broke through rank 5 when the time came. As for Fong Ping, it would be difficult. At that time, peak rank 4 would be the limit. Even if he could break through, he would try not to. If he improved too quickly, the time he stayed in each rank was too short. His control over his strength would become weaker and weaker, and it would be easy to lose control in the end. I know. I won't be careless. Will the normal martial arts university's championship start next month? Yes. 89 schools. It'll take at least a month for the top 7 to be selected. That means that in December, the competition for the top 10 famous schools might start, more or less. Time is pretty tight. Fong Ping exhaled again. There was only a little more than a month left until December. He had just entered upper stage rank for not long ago, while Yao Qingjun and the others had been stuck at peak for almost half a year. The probability of them achieving rank 5 was not low. Upper stage rank for fighting a rank 5. It was not a weak rank 5 either. Between prodigies, it was easy to imagine the difficulty of leapfrogging. Huang Jing thought for a while and said, "Let's put the matter of the martial arts society aside for now, including the rank 1 competition. At this stage, improving yourself is the priority. You, Chen Wenlong, Zhang Yu, the 3 of you must participate in the championship. The 3 of you will be the main force. The remaining 2 will be picked from Qin Fengqing and Xiele. The rest of the rank 4s will enter the reserves." "I understand. All right, Dean, is Zhang Yu back yet?" "No, he went to the Beijiang catacombs. I heard from them that he has also achieved upper stage rank 4. Fong Ping raised his eyebrows slightly. This was not unexpected. Zhang Yu's talent was not weak. Otherwise, he would not have been able to achieve rank 4 in his junior year. Now, it had been more than a year, and he had only achieved upper stage rank 4. It was not considered fast. Where did that Qin Fengqing guy go? Him. Huang Jing suddenly felt like laughing. He coughed lightly and said, "He's always in school. Didn't this kid earn a sum of credits before? He's rich and arrogant, so he went to the vitality pool to cultivate. In the end, he didn't come out for more than half a month. He spent all his credits and even owes a lot. Right now, he's working at the vitality pool to pay off his debts. Didn't you see him?" Fong Ping was stunned. What a joke. Qin Fengqing earned more than 10,000 credits, and they were all gone? What was the concept of more than 10,000 credits? It was hundreds of millions. He was a rank 4 martial artist, and he spent it all just like that. No matter how expensive the vitality pool was, it should not have cost so much money. Didn't he have more than 10,000 credits? Oh, he bought a rank 6 beast skin armor at the beginning and spent half of it. Fong Ping was speechless. This guy was even more arrogant than himself. So wasteful. Buying a rank 6 beast skin armor? Fong Ping was reluctant to buy it, so he only bought a middle stage rank 5 one. No wonder he did not have enough credits to spend. Oh, right, that guy owed credits and did not come to the martial arts society to collect his salary. This was not in line with his personality. He spent so many credits. Did he achieve upper stage? No. Huang Jing shook his head and said, "He's just messing around and wasting credits. Logically speaking, staying in the vitality pool for 3 to 5 days is his limit. There's no point in staying any longer. But he's stubborn and won't come out. He said he won't come out until he's upper stage." As he said that, Huang Jing laughed and said, "Actually, I closed it for him in the later stages. He still left quite a lot of credits there. I purposely told him to keep his temper in check. With some credits, he's too arrogant." As he said this, Huang Jing looked at Fong Ping. "This applies to you too." Fong Ping was speechless. "I'm not as stupid as Qin Fengqing." Qin Fengqing was also crazy. He knew that he could not break through, yet he was still in a deadlock. Did he not feel guilty about spending his credits? Wait for a month or 2. It shouldn't be a problem for him to achieve upper stage. I understand." Fong Ping nodded. He had spent thousands of credits, yet he did not achieve upper stage. Qin Fengqing should be thinking of suicide now. Forget it, he would not care about him. Huang Jing judged that if he could achieve upper stage rank 4, Qin Fengqing would be part of the main team. After talking about the competition, Fong Ping suddenly said, "Dean, can you help me sell something?" Huang Jing's expression darkened. "Heart marrow. A lot of grandmasters. 50 million. Huang Jing frowned slightly. Grandmaster powerhouses rarely consume heart marrow, especially heart marrow of unknown origin. You have to know, sometimes human powerhouses' heart marrow can be refined too. Fong Ping's pupils shrank slightly, but he did not ask further. He continued, but it's not to the extent that no one uses it, right? There are. Huang Jing could not help but laugh. How about this? I'll ask for you. All right. Thank you, Dean. After saying that, Fong Ping stood up and was about to leave. After walking for a while, he suddenly turned around and said, Dean, what's the situation with Instructor Li? Who? Old man Li. Huang Jing glared at him. Who am I asking? Why can't you say Dean Li? About old Li. Tell me. He said he's stronger than you, that he can kill a rank 8 with one slash. Don't give me that. Huang Jing scolded. Did this kid think he was an idiot? He actually dared to provoke him. After thinking for a moment, Huang Jing said, he has some old injuries. It's hard for a rank 7 to recover. There's nothing else. Don't disturb him, kid. Old injuries. Seeing that Huang Jing did not say anything more, Fong Ping thought about it and did not continue asking. He walked out of the dean's office. Fong Ping was still thinking about the difference in system upgrades. 50 million. The heart marrow might not be able to be sold. Where else could he earn 50 million? Selling the B-class Yanuadeo had already increased his wealth by 50 million. Could he sell it for another 100 million? The investment in the company was not right. He could not hope to continue earning money. Right, Lu Dolly? Fong Ping thought of someone. He did not know if that guy was in MCMU now. If he was, he could at least get some money if he caught him. Achoo! MCMU Jim. Lu Dolly sneezed. Fong Yuan asked curiously, Brother Lu, did you catch a cold? No, I'm a rank 3 powerhouse. How could I catch a cold? It must be some bastard talking about me. In MCMU, your brother Lu has an enemy. That guy is shameless, despicable, and shameless. Anyway, he's so bad that his soles are oozing pus. Lu Dolly scolded for a while, then laughed and said, Little girl, you're doing well in MCMU. The Martial Arts Society patrols, but they didn't come to you. Is your dad an MCMU teacher? No, my brother is in MCMU. Oh, then your brother is doing well. I'll do an interview for your brother later. He'll be famous. The people I interview all become famous. Brother Lu, let's not talk about this first. Help me take some pictures of them. I'll ask for their autographs later. Fong Yuan did not care about the interview he mentioned. She did not want to interview Fong Ping. Fong Ping was famous enough now. It was better to take pictures of the participating martial artists first and ask for their autographs. Selling them or not was another matter. A rank 1 martial artist's autograph was not worth much. The key was that she could hang it in her office. The little girl had already thought about it. This time, she would ask for more autographs. She wondered if she could take a picture with them and bring it back to Yuan Ping Club for everyone to see. The president had a lot of connections. Lu Dolly chuckled and nodded. It was a small problem. It was just a few pictures. If the people from MCMU did not come here, he did not have to hide all the time. He glanced at the little girl beside him. Her brother was in MCMAU. The people from MCMAU's Martial Arts Society were quite polite to her. He wondered if he could pull some strings. If she was Fong Ping's enemy, that would be the best. Chapter 325. Backstage of the gym. Fong Ping strode in and saw Tang Wen, who looked a little nervous. He also saw the other new and old MCMU students who had made it into the top 100. They did not have a match today, but they were here to watch and gather information about their future opponents. When they saw Fong Ping enter, they felt a little uneasy. It was not that they had never seen powerhouses before. These people had many rank 5 and 6 fathers in their families, let alone rank 4. However, the county magistrate was not as good as the person in charge. meeting the president of the Martial Arts Society, who was determined to make an example out of them. They could not help but feel uneasy. President. They greeted him one after another. Fong Ping nodded slightly and smiled. How do you feel? Luo Sheng quickly said. Everyone is very strong. It's quite stressful. There's no need to be too nervous. Rank 1 martial artists have limited abilities. Other than a few older rank 1 martial artists who have cultivated their combat techniques to the peak, the rest are not too far off from each other. It's mainly about improvisation. There were actually not many older rank 1 martial artists who came to participate in the rank 1 martial arts competition this time. They were too old, but they were still stuck in rank 1. Actually, those people felt that it was quite embarrassing, and they were also too embarrassed to show up. They might even be laughed at. All of you are twice-honed martial artists, and some are even close to being thrice-honed. In the rank 1 and 2 stage, you have a lot more advantages than others. You don't lack weapons, pills, combat techniques, vitality is strong, and your bones are tough as long as there is no chaos during the battle, or if you don't encounter martial artists who have mastered rank 1 ultimate moves, you will almost certainly win. Fong Ping said a few simple sentences, then said, CCMU didn't send anyone to participate this time, and neither did the military department. It's called the National Rank 1 Martial Arts Competition, but it's not comprehensive enough. MCMU is the strongest among them. My goal is to take first place, and even the top 3. Having said that, Fong Ping looked at Tang Wen and said with a smile, your father is in the upper echelon of MCMAU and is currently the first person below the Grandmasters. In the whole of Sino Nation, Instructor Tang is also a top-notch rank 6 powerhouse. Tang Wen, don't embarrass your father. Tang Wen looked helpless. Just say it if you have something to say. You must get first place. If you don't, not only will you embarrass your father, you'll also embarrass the School of Weaponry, the entire MCMAU, and the 3 high Grandmasters. Tang Wen wanted to die. Her father was only a rank 6, and his reputation was already so valuable. What about the descendants of those Grandmasters? It wasn't like there weren't any in this competition. Just because his father's generation was strong, he had to be strong? Fong Ping was purposely picking a fight. He smiled and said, I have high hopes for you, Tang Wen. Come on, take first place. When the time comes, I'll get someone to give you a title on the ranking list, Little Mad Lion. It's the first time a rank 1 martial artist can get a title. Having said that, Fong Ping strode away. The moment he left, Tang Wen cursed in a low voice, Bastard, you're purposely looking for trouble. I'm still a freshman, and the first semester hasn't even ended yet. You want me to get first place? If this wasn't bullying, then what was? The others didn't agree. That guy hadn't gone far yet, so they weren't afraid of being heard. He walked out from the backstage. Fong Ping walked up to the second floor of the gymnasium and glanced down. Suddenly, his gaze froze. Over there. Was he seeing things? Lu Dali was holding his sister hostage? That was the first thought that popped up in Fong Ping's mind, but he quickly rejected it. Unless Lu Dali really wanted to die, not even Grandmasters could save him if he dared to hold someone hostage in MCMAU. This girl, how did she end up with Lu Dali? Fong Ping murmured. After some thought, he waved his hand behind him. When the people from the Martial Arts Society came forward, Fong Ping said softly, Ask my sister to come up. Don't say much. Just say that your brother is waiting for you on the second floor. Got it. The people from the Martial Arts Society quickly went downstairs. Fong Ping also sat back to avoid Lu Dali's line of sight. As soon as Fong Yuan went upstairs, she muttered, Brother, I haven't finished taking the photos yet. Let's talk about the photos later. Why are you with Lu Dali? Oh, you mean that reporters? Fong Yuan giggled. I'm taking photos and he's filming too. Then he said that my photos aren't good. And then he insisted that I look at his photos. Then he agreed to help me take photos. I have to say, his photos are pretty good. After saying that, Fong Yuan asked curiously, "You know him?" "Oh, right. I think, I think I've seen him before." Fong Yuan thought hard. After a while, she seemed to remember something and asked doubtfully, "When you fought with that monk, I think he was the one who took the video? Was it him?" She did not think much about it before, but now that Fong Ping asked, she had some recollection of it. "It was him," Fong Ping said softly. "He took the video of us secretly and earned tens of millions. In the end, he took it all for himself. Your brother, I have been looking for him for a long time." Tens of millions. Fong Yuan's voice became much sharper. Tens of millions. He took it all for himself? Yes. Fong Ping replied with a smile. "I'll go catch him. This kid might not say that he has money. Since you know him, that's the best. You go and find out how much money he has now. Don't make any suspicious moves and let him escape." As for safety, Fong Ping did not care. Although Lu Dali had taken money, strictly speaking, it was not illegal. Fong Ping did not sign an agreement with him, and he had given Fong Ping his share of the money. Both of them had a personal grudge. If he dared to do anything to Fong Yuan, it would not be a matter of money. He would lose his life. Fong Yuan's eyes shone brightly. She nodded quickly. Tens of millions. That guy had taken tens of millions of her family's money. How despicable. She had to find out the truth, lest he moved his assets. "I'll go now." Cough, cough. "Be careful. I'll go to your second floor later. I'll catch him. He's a rank 3. Don't try to show off." "Got it." Fong Yuan hurried down the stairs after saying that. A moment later, Fong Yuan returned with a calm look on her face. Lu Dali glanced upstairs but did not see anything. He asked curiously, "Your brother was looking for you?" "Yes. Big brother Lu, I even told my brother about you." Fong Yuan giggled. "But he said he's never heard of you. You must be a nobody. He won't accept your interview." Lu Dali snorted softly when he heard that. "That's because your brother is inexperienced. Girl, your big brother Lu. In this circle, I don't dare to say anything else, but if I were to say I'm second, no one would dare to say they're first." "Really?" "Of course. Big brother Lu is amazing," Fong Yuan exclaimed. Then she said, "But I think Big brother Lu is still bragging. My brother doesn't even know you. He's very close to MCMAU's vice chancellor and the others. If you're really that famous, then my brother will definitely know you. He might even arrange for you to interview the vice chancellor and the others." Lu Dali's eyes lit up. Was it true? This girl's brother was very close to MCMAU's vice chancellor and the others? She wasn't kidding, right? They were grandmaster level powerhouses. Ever since 2009, the public's yearning for martial artists grew, especially powerhouses. They worshipped and were curious about them. Everyone knew that grandmaster level powerhouses must be very powerful. For example, during the Peace Bridge battle, everyone guessed that it was a battle between grandmaster level powerhouses. As for what the actual situation was and what rank they were, everyone could only guess. Everyone did not know much about powerhouses. Powerhouses rarely accepted interviews. Even if they did, they would only talk about business and politics. They rarely talked about martial arts. If he could interview MCMAU's vice chancellor, then he would really be famous. While Lu Dali was thinking about this, Fong Yuan shook her head. "Forget it. Big brother Lu must be bragging. You silly girl, why would your big brother Lu lie to you? Big brother Lu was the one who filmed the battle between rank 8 powerhouses. And cough. Anyway, most of the videos of the battle between martial arts powerhouses were filmed and interviewed by your big brother Lu." Judging from this girl's tone, her brother was also a capable person in MCMAU. If he could get to know some of MCMAU's higher-ups through her brother, he would not have to be afraid of Fong Ping. Fong Yuan sized him up suspiciously. She said casually, "If Big Brother Lu is really famous, why does he look so poor?" Fong Yuan was a little embarrassed. She scratched her head and said, Don't be angry, Big Brother Lou. I heard that famous reporters are all very rich. Many of them are billionaires, but Big Brother Lou Dolly snorted. Girl, who did you hear that from? If you're talking about money, unless you run your own company, your Big Brother Lou is the richest independent reporter. Why aren't you on the list of billionaires? Lou Dolly was embarrassed. This girl was too childish. I'm just a reporter. How can I be richer than the CEOs of those big companies? However, he could not lose face in front of a little girl. He could not embarrass himself in front of a little girl. Lou Dolly explained. This is called not showing off one's wealth. Then Big Brother Lou is very rich. Yes. Do you have a few billion? Cough, cough. Just a little bit more. A few billion? I don't have that many liquid assets, but I have a lot of fixed assets under my name. Oh, that's tens of millions. I thought Big Brother Lou was really rich. Lou Dolly was speechless, but he did not refute. After that, Fong Yuan began to worm more information out of him. How many apartments does Big Brother Lou have? Have you bought a car? What kind of car do you drive? Have you bought any stocks? I heard that a lot of stocks have been rising rapidly recently. Have you done any financial investments? Second floor. Fong Ping's face darkened when he heard this. This girl was really something. Lou Dolly probably saw that Fong Yuan was young, so he did not put up his guard. He did not know if he was bragging or trying to look impressive, but he revealed that he had more than 10 properties under his name and 3 to 5 luxury cars. He did not do financial management, but he had shares in many companies. According to Lou Dolly, he did not have a lot of liquid assets, but he had a lot of fixed assets. He was also an honorary director of many companies and received a large amount of dividends and salary every year. If it's true, this kid is really rich. Fong Ping was a little skeptical, but he also believed it. Lou Dolly was a rank 3 martial artist. Now that he had entered upper stage rank 3, he had entered the elite class of martial artists. He was considered a powerhouse among casual martial artists. It was not unusual for a martial artist like him to be hired by some companies without any affiliation. Fong Yuan was almost done with her questions. Fong Ping did not delay any longer. Soon, Fong Ping floated down from the second floor and landed behind Lou Dolly. At this moment, Lou Dolly was still talking about his glorious deeds. He chuckled and said, "Girl, I'm not lying to you. If you don't believe me, you can ask your brother to look up my name. It's definitely famous. When are you going to introduce me to your brother?" Fong Yuan blinked and looked at Fong Ping, who was behind him. She grinned and said, "Can I introduce him to you now?" "Really?" "Yes. Brother, you two should get to know each other." "Yes, we've known each other for a long time." Fong Ping reached out and pressed his hand on Lou Dolly's shoulder. Lou Dolly's body stiffened. He said in a dry voice, You two are brother and sister?" Fong Ping smiled and said, "Brother Dolly, long time no see." Brother Fong, long time no see." Lou Dolly turned his head, his expression extremely stiff. He said bitterly, "Brother Fong, I haven't seen you for a few days, and you've become even more dazzling. It's not as comfortable as Brother Dolly. People like us have to fight for our lives. Unlike Brother Dolly, you have more than 10 properties, countless luxury cars, and you're a shareholder and director of many big companies. Compared to Brother Dolly, sigh, I feel like I'm a beggar. Brother Dolly left without saying goodbye last time and owes me tens of millions. Isn't it time to pay up?" Tens of millions? Lou Dolly's expression became even more stiff. Last time, he had sold the video outright and received a total of 21 million. He had received 5 million. According to Fong Ping's 80-20 split, he should have received more than 4 million. However, he had also spent some money hiring the paid posters, so 5 million was not a problem. No matter what, he had only taken about 8 million from Fong Ping. How did it become tens of millions? "Brother Dolly, I've been having a hard time recently. Is it difficult for me to gather 50 million? 50 million? Lou Dolly's face turned purple. Then he suddenly burst into tears and said, Boss Fong, I was just bragging just now. I said I have more than 10 properties, luxury cars, and whatnot. It's all *T. I don't have a fixed residence now. I take public transportation. I don't even have 5,000 yuan, let alone 50 million. If I really had money, I would have quit being a reporter a long time ago. I used all the money from last time to buy medicine. If you don't believe me, Lou Dolly seemed to have remembered something. He quickly took out his phone, opened a message, and showed it to Fong Ping. He cried, I used my credit card to buy a bottle of water this morning. Now I can't even pay them back. Some of them are overdue, and I haven't paid them yet. Boss Fong, I really don't have any money. I risked my life to do an interview for the Rank 1 martial arts competition just to earn some living expenses. Fong Ping glanced at the text message notification. His face darkened slightly. He scrolled up to look at some records. There was really a debt collection notice. Motherf asterisk Kerr, a Rank 3 martial artist, had fallen to this state. Why did this guy not die? Fong Yuan, who was beside him, was also stunned. She mumbled, Didn't you just say? Lou Dolly said with a long face, I was just bragging. It's a professional instinct. Don't take it seriously, little girl. After saying that, he looked at Fong Ping pitifully and said, I heard that MCMU's cafeteria provides free meals. Boss Fong, for lunch, can I go to the cafeteria to eat? Fong Ping's expression was extremely dark. He gritted his teeth and said, Where's your weapon? Weapon? Lou Dolly raised his camera and said dryly, This isn't worth much either. It's second-hand. Fong Ping wanted to vomit blood. This is your weapon? Boss Fong, this is the last of my belongings. I can still earn some money with this. Please don't take it away. If you take it away, I'll really starve to death. Fong Ping was completely speechless. This must be the poorest Rank 3 he had ever met, right? Martial artists might be poor, but no one was this poor. Even his credit card was overdue. Did this guy not feel embarrassed? When the bank saw his message, they probably wanted to vomit blood too. An upper stage Rank 3 martial artist was tens of thousands of yuan overdue. Should they go and collect the debt? If they wanted to collect the debt, they would have to hire a Rank 4 martial artist to collect it. Most importantly, they would have to hire a Rank 4 martial artist. How could they have the cheek to fork out tens of thousands of yuan? It was not even enough to cover the cost. Fong Ping took a deep breath and suppressed the urge to beat this guy into a meat patty. He gritted his teeth and said, Very well. If you don't have the money, then pay with your body. Lou Dolly's face turned green. Fong Yuan stared at Fong Ping in shock. Fong Ping flew into a rage out of humiliation. What are you looking at? Write me an IOU of 50 million first. I'll give you an annual salary of 500,000 to pay off your debt. Boss Fong, cut the crap. If you don't want to be beaten to death, write it honestly. When you're done, report to Faraway. It just so happens that I'm short on manpower recently. Don't worry, I, Fong Ping, am not the kind of person who exploits others. You only have to stay at Faraway for a week a month. The rest of the time is up to you. I'm a very generous person. You'll work for less than 3 months a year. I'll pay you 500,000 a year. If you don't want it, 1 million is fine too. If that's not possible, 5 million. You have nothing to say, right? You'll be able to pay off your debt in 10 years. Your monthly salary is almost 2 million. Where else can you find a job like this? Lou Dolly looked helpless, but he thought to himself, Fine, I'll write it. I'll continue running after I'm done. Of course, if you think you can run away from here, then you're dreaming. This time, I have the IOU. If you run away again, I'll have the Department of Investigation Services put you on the wanted list throughout the country. If you run abroad, then I'll give you credit. I'll pay you. Lou Dolly was in complete despair. Does that mean I have to work for this guy for 10 years for nothing? Work hard. Don't worry. If you follow me, you'll definitely get rich. Fong Ping grinned. Recently, I've discovered many ways to get rich. You're the key. Nowadays, smartphones are getting more and more advanced. I'm afraid it won't be long before watching videos, watching movies, and watching live streams on mobile phones will become a reality. You're a pioneer in this industry. As for me, I often encounter battles between powerhouses. For example, I was there during the Peace Bridge War. Think about it. If you had filmed it, how much would you have earned? There are plenty of opportunities like this. If you really earn money, maybe you'll have some shares and become a big boss. Also, I know many grandmasters. You're not qualified to meet some of them. I can still do some interviews. Which one of them is not a profitable business? Brother Dolly, choose to get rich with me or choose to be beaten to death by me now. It's your choice. Lou Dolly's expression kept changing. After a while, he said, "You'll really give me shares?" "Of course. Fong Ping, am not that kind of petty person." Lou Dolly laughed dryly, as if I'll believe you. However, if Fong Ping could arrange for him to interview some grandmasters, even if he did not give him money, he could build up his reputation first. In the future, he would not lack opportunities to earn money. Chapter 3:26. After forcing Lou Dolly to sign the IOU, Fong Ping sighed. It was better than nothing. This poor bastard. He had guessed that he might not have much savings, but he did not expect him to be this poor. This guy wanted to borrow some money from Fong Ping after writing the IOU. Fong Ping almost hammered him to death. Report to distance, then set up a new media company. This is the right time. Get it done as soon as possible. The second National Martial Arts University Championship will start soon. I'll think of a way to let the company have an exclusive online broadcast. It'll be popular once. Lou Dolly's eyes lit up. He asked quickly, "Exclusive?" "I'll try my best." Fong Ping was not sure. As the champion team last year, it should not be a big problem if he only wanted the exclusive online broadcast rights. If it did not work, he could spend some money and make the website popular once. Let's build momentum first. This championship is not something rank 1 martial artists can compare to. It's mainly a middle-ranked battle. They're all prodigies of this era. Fong Ping was not embarrassed when he said this. Who among those who could become a middle-ranked martial artist in school was not a prodigy? Before the age of 30, martial artists improved very quickly. If they became middle-ranked martial artists at 23 or 24, they might enter rank 6 around 30. It was not impossible for them to become grandmasters. In recent years, there were many grandmasters around 40 or 50 years old. Most of them were prodigies of martial arts universities back then. Among the middle-ranked martial artists in this championship, there was a high chance that they would become grandmasters in the future. Middle-ranked battle. Lou Dolly's interest was piqued. After some thought, he probed, "Are middle-ranked martial artists strong?" Fong Ping said with a faint smile, "They're all right. However, a rank 3 vitality martial artist like you can be defeated with a slap. If you don't believe me, I can show you." Lou Dolly was indeed a vitality martial artist. Of course, he knew combat techniques, but they were only basic ones. Against an upper stage rank 3 martial artist like Lou Dolly, Fong Ping could kill him with one slash when he was upper stage rank 3. Early stage rank 3 might even do it. Lou Dolly was embarrassed. Really? However, he did not dare to try. He did not even notice Fong Ping landing behind him. It was dangerous. "All right, cut the crap. Go now. What about my side? A battle between rank 1 martial artists, and it's not an exclusive broadcast. How much money can I make? Report now. Hurry up." Lou Dolly was helpless. He had boarded a pirate ship. Lou Dolly had no choice but to dejectedly carry the camera and leave. Before he left, Lu Dolly suddenly turned to look at Fong Yuan and said rather angrily, "Well done, little girl." Fong Yuan puffed up her cheeks and mumbled, "I haven't even settled the score with you. For deceiving me." He had thought that he would be able to earn some money this time. Now that Lu Dolly was so poor, Fong Yuan was even angrier than him. What was there to be angry about? Lu Dolly was speechless and left gloomily. After he left, Fong Yuan asked curiously, "Brother, is your company big?" She knew that Fong Ping had started a company. After all, Fong Ping had spared no effort in advertising previously. "Not bad. How many employees?" "A few hundred." "What about the scale? Where are the assets?" Fong Ping was slightly annoyed. "You only know how to care about these things. Put more effort into martial arts. Don't you know what kind of talent you have?" Fong Yuan sighed. "It's exactly because I'm not talented that I care about these things. Brother, why don't I help you manage the company from now on? I don't have a future in martial arts anyway." Fong Ping did not feel good at all. Had he really given her such a huge blow that she had lost all hope? "We'll talk about this later. Focus on your martial arts first. Don't worry about anything else." "That's true. I still have to return to Sun City now, but it won't be long. I'll come to Magic City in year 12. Brother, when that time comes, I'll help you manage the company while attending university. What do you think?" Fong Yuan was looking forward to it. She was a little excited. Fong Ping felt helpless. "I'm afraid that if you manage the company, it will be yours in no time. But it's not impossible. We'll talk about it later. The prerequisite is that you have to get into MCMEU first. I'm telling you now, if you don't enter as an upper stage rank 1 or above, MCMU won't be open to you. Think about it yourself." Fong Yuan's face fell instantly. Upper stage rank 1 should not be a problem, right? She had actually started practicing martial arts early. Children of powerhouses started learning martial arts at a young age, but they did not know how to practice it. They only learned some basic knowledge. The only thing they really practiced was pole standing. It was not too late for Fong Yuan to start practicing pole standing at 14. Now that she had completed her once honing, she was definitely not slow. There were still more than 2 years left. Whether she broke through to become a martial artist and cultivated now or after twice honing, it should be enough for her to cultivate to upper stage rank 1. After lecturing his sister for a while, Fong Ping watched the competition for a while. He did not stay any longer and quickly left the gym. In the next few days, Fong Ping sometimes went to watch the competition, and sometimes he accompanied his family for a walk. Everyone in MCMU realized that Devil King Fong seemed to have fallen in love with his saber recently. No matter what he was doing, the saber never left his side. Previously, the chaos-vanquishing saber had left its master and was unrestrained. Its vitality soared to the sky. When Fong Ping started nourishing it with his vitality and mentality, the chaos-vanquishing saber returned to its calm state, appearing extremely reserved. Apart from a few people, most people did not know that the saber Fong Ping was wearing was the famous bandit-slaying saber. When Lu Fengru saw that Fong Ping's saber never left his side, she frowned slightly and asked, "Are you accumulating strength to nourish the saber?" Fong Ping nodded. "Your vitality is strong. It's not impossible to nourish the saber. It won't affect your cultivation progress," but Lu Fengru reminded him, "But it's best not to use it in the championship." "Why?" "Zhang Dingnan has raised this saber of yours for many years. It is originally a saber of slaughter. If you raise it again, it will be very difficult for you to control it, and it will be very easy to kill someone." "Are you saying that they can't stop it?" Fong Ping's eyes brightened slightly. Lu Fengru muttered, "That depends on who you're targeting. However, it would be a waste to attack them. You've nurtured your saber for a few months. If you unsheath your saber, based on your situation, killing a catacombs rank 5 in 1 slash shouldn't be too difficult." Fong Ping's innate conditions were too good. His vitality was strong, his body was strong, and his mentality was strong. Coupled with a good saber that had been nurtured for several months, killing a rank 5 martial artist would not be too difficult. Only rank 5. Fong Ping seemed a little dissatisfied. I'm stronger now. I've killed a rank 5 with Qin Fengqing. Killing a rank 5 now did not seem worthwhile. Lu Fengru rolled her eyes. This brat was very arrogant now. Let's not talk about this. How's your cultivation progress recently? It's all right. I'm still stabilizing my upper stage realm and continuing to nurture my heart. However, my physique is strong. Although the other 4 organs haven't been honed and transformed, I think I'm much stronger than the average rank for martial artist. When the time comes to hone, my speed won't be slow. Fong Ping's recent stabilizing of his realm was one reason. Secondly, he did not want to waste his wealth. Right now, he was almost relying on himself to restore his vitality. If he really could not do it, he would spend cash to buy some pills and take them. However, he was unwilling to use his wealth. He was so close to reaching 1 billion. If he used it now, he did not know when he would reach 1 billion again. Moreover, after this upgrade, he might have 10 billion wealth the next time. Fong Ping did not even dare to imagine whether he could gather 10 billion. Therefore, this upgrade was also his only chance to upgrade the system in a short period of time. It's good to stabilize for a while. After saying that, Lu Fengru thought for a while and said, I'll be going out for a while. If you have any questions about cultivation, you can ask the others, including Wu Quishan and the others. Going out to the catacombs? Lu Fengru nodded. Fong Ping frowned suddenly and whispered, Are you going to break through? No, I'm still a little away. Lu Fengru's recent progress was not slow. Ever since she entered the pressure room, her mentality had increased rapidly. Currently, it was close to 900 hertz. However, she had reached a bottleneck recently. She planned to go to Magic City's catacombs to fight a few battles and see if she could break through this bottleneck. I understand. Lu Fengru did not say much. In the end, she pondered for a while and said, The Martial Arts University Championship is actually secondary. The key is to not fall behind in your cultivation progress. If you really encounter a situation where you can't win, then admit defeat. Don't be stubborn and suffer. If you don't die, but if you get seriously injured, it will also delay time. When that time comes, the chances of encountering a rank 5 are very high. They are not weaklings. You can't skip ranks and defeat them so easily. Teacher, don't worry. When you come back, who knows, I might already be rank 6. Lu Fengru was speechless. This kid's ambition was boundless. So, he wanted to surpass her during the school period? I'm leaving. Take care of your senior brothers and sisters. Yi Qing lost to Monk Jessa this time and suffered quite a blow. Let him settle down at peak rank 3 for a while. Don't rush to break through. I know. As for Monk Jessa, I'll teach him a lesson later to help senior Yi vent his anger. Lu Fengru ignored him. If you have the ability, go to Wanshan Temple and teach him a lesson. After giving Fong Ping some advice, Lu Fengru sent him away. Lu Fengru did not stay in the school. On the same day, she set off for the catacombs. Lu Fengru left. Old man Li also said that he was going into closed-door cultivation and was nowhere to be seen. Recently, Lion Tang had disappeared from the school, perhaps because he was about to break through. Wu Quishan went to Capital City and seemed to be busy with something. Huang Jing was also often missing, although MCMHU seemed to be especially lively because of the rank 1 martial arts competition. In reality, it was becoming more and more deserted. After these people left, Fong Ping and the other 3 deans became the actual decision-makers of the school. October 28th, the first round of the top 100 competition had ended. The top 50 were selected. As for the Fong family, they were ready to go back. Originally, Fong Yuan had been clamoring to watch the finals, but she had taken many days off. Fong Mingrong was not willing to continue asking for leave for her. Watching the competition on television would be the same. This time, they came to Magic City, mainly to see their son. Now that their son was safe and sound, the two of them were relieved. At the train station, Fong Yuan had been playing a little too much lately. She said reluctantly, "Brother, when I buy a car and get my driver's license, I'll come and see you again." Fong Ping could not help but laugh. "You can afford a car?" I can't afford it. You can just sponsor some." Fong Yuan's eyes darted around. She could still afford a car if it was slightly worse. In the past 2 years, she had saved up quite a lot. The membership fee was only a small amount. She had opened a pole training class in the past and earned quite a lot. Yuan Ping Club was not really open for fun. During the students' holidays, many of the street stalls in some of Sun City's markets were set up by people from Yuan Ping Club. Fong Yuan did not set up her own stalls, but she invested in shares. She provided some people with the capital to purchase goods, and then she took the commission and dividends. Actually, she still made some money. After staying in Magic City for so many days, Fong Yuan had some new ideas. After returning to Sun City, it was time for Yuan Ping Club to reform and get back on the right track. The society did not have a proper name. She was going to set up Yuan Ping Group and officially start her business. There were so many people in Yuan Ping Club, including the children of influential families. Thousands of students represented tens of thousands of parents. These parents came from all walks of life. It shouldn't be difficult to do some business. The day before yesterday, she had coaxed and pestered Fong Ping into bringing her to Distance Company. She had secretly gotten Li Qing's phone number. If there was anything he didn't understand, he could ask for guidance. There was no future in setting up a stall. Just like Fong Ping, he could only earn big bucks by starting a company. Fong Ping was not a god, so he could not guess his sister's thoughts. Without asking too much, Fong Ping pinched his sister's cheeks, which were getting thinner. He sighed softly. Her chubby cheeks were getting thinner by the day, and he felt a little upset. It was already the end of October. Nanjiang's catacombs would open as they pleased. Hopefully it would not affect Sun City. Be careful when you go back. Take care of Mom and Dad. Try not to leave Sun City. A few days ago, he had lured 3 evil sect powerhouses to death. The evil sect higher-ups knew about this. Taking revenge on a martial artist's family rarely happened. To put it coldly, many martial artists were used to the death of their family members. If you killed the other party's family, the other party would not break down. They would only fight you to the death. However, that was against righteous martial artists. For evil sect martial artists, although killing a few normal people was not very useful and would increase the risk of being exposed, it was not impossible to do it to vent their anger. However, Fong Ping could not stay by his parents' side all the time. He could only go back and greet by Jin Shan, asking him to pay more attention. Recently, there were many government powerhouses in auspicious peace. The catacombs had not opened yet, and the evil sect powerhouses did not dare to take the risk and appear in Sun City. As for letting his parents stay in Magic City, Fong Ping had the idea, but Fong Mingrong and Li Yuang were not willing. If that was the case, Fong Ping could not force it. If the evil sect powerhouses really wanted revenge, it was not safe to stay in Magic City. Fong Yuan let Fong Ping pinch her cheeks. She was used to it anyway. When the train was about to leave, Fong Yuan slapped Fong Ping's hand away and waved. "Fong Ping, you take care of yourself too. Find me a sister-in-law soon, or else it'll be very embarrassing. Everyone says you can't get a wife." "Stupid girl," Fong Ping scolded with a smile. He waved and watched as his parents and sister boarded the train. Back at MCMAU, Fong Ping went straight to the dean's office. He did not know if old Huang was there. He did not know if the last time he asked him to sell the heart essence, but now he was just one step away. When the system was upgraded, he should cultivate in peace and prepare for the upcoming championship and the opening of Nanjiang's catacombs. As soon as he knocked on the door, Huang Jing's voice came from inside. Fong Ping pushed the door open and entered. Just as he was about to ask, Huang Jing said with a headache, "You've asked 4 or 5 times this month. Do you need these tens of millions? Don't ask anymore. I've sold it. Don't even think about asking me to do something like this next time." This kid asked every day, every day. Even Huang Jing had a headache. Although the heart essence was expensive, it was not a big deal to a grandmaster. If Fong Ping did not ask about it every day, Huang Jing might not even remember it. Sold it? Fong Ping was overjoyed. He asked hurriedly, "How much?" 50 million. "Do you think I'll be greedy for this little advantage?" Huang Jing glared at him. Fong Ping laughed dryly. "Was I talking about this? 50 million. If that was the case, his wealth had finally reached 1 billion. The next moment, Fong Ping said hurriedly, "Dean, about the money." Huang Jing was mentally exhausted. This kid was too practical, too lazy to argue with him. Huang Jing said impatiently, "Wait a little longer. I've already given your card number to someone else. Do you think I'll handle it? If you sell it for 50 million and you ask me for a few hundred million, I won't pay for it." "What are you saying? Dean, aren't you questioning my character?" Before he finished speaking, Huang Jing swept Fong Ping out of the office with a wave of his hand, as if he was sweeping away trash. The office door closed with a bang. Do you even have any character? You're tuning in to the Mystic Fist YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.